Hey, let's start the show.
Yeah, you can still swear.
I'm an idiot. Fuck your pre-squid removal text.
How dare How dare you?
It's almost childlike when you force it like that.
No, I'm just laughing about Moon's fucking emojis. Got the lineup here of all three peeps.
Hell fucking yes. Just don't go back and look at the chat log because it's just a wall of Reggies from me.
How can you go wrong with a wall of Reggies?
It's a shame that wasn't part of the show because that would be a good title.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff happening on my phone. Okay, let's see if we're live everywhere. Looks like we're live on Twitch.
Nothing on my end. I don't even have to say where it is anymore because you know where I am.
You're a miscreant.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Mixer's API seems to really be having a bunch of problems. I don't...
Yeah, I've done a lot of fucking updates recently. Like, I've been hearing a lot from people who stream on Mixer and who also use it a lot. They've had a shit ton of updates.
Interesting.
Having a lot of video issues too lately. Or even at work where I'm running off of a high-powered internet and the broadcasts are just chugging the play.
That's what happens when you bring Ninja on your platform. Should have thought about it.
We are officially live.
There we go.
I switched out to a different stream and saw someone getting 10 kills in Overwatch. So, okay.
Wow.
I don't know Overwatch.
I think that's good. If not, it sounds very impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long have been recording for a while? Wow.
We had a pretty lengthy pre-show.
Yeah. Because we love the patrons.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Stretch it out. Okay. Alright, you guys ready to start this thing?
Yep.
Maybe.
Maybe. Maybe not.
We need to yawn first.
There we go. Now you ready?
It would be very unprofessional of me to yawn as soon as the show starts. Welcome to TVGP.
I'm so excited to be here. Okay. Nimp, are you ready?
Yeah.
Moon, are you ready?
Uh-huh.
All right, let's get started.
Enthusiasm is real.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me as always is Moonpeer.
Hello.
And the Nimp.
Hey, how's it going?
We just put out a new episode of TVGP Game Club for Orwell/Orwell Keeping an Eye on You, whichever one you have.
Yep, go play the game. Go play it right now.
Yeah, go play the game. The episode is super full of spoilers. The game is it's like 5 episodes. Each episode is about an hour. Go play it. It's available on Game Pass for PC.
Yep.
It's stupid good. Please go try it.
I forgot what the next game was already.
Thomas Was Alone. Thank you for reminding me.
Thank you.
Yes,
I need to write that down.
Sorry, BAFTA award-winning Thomas Was Alone. Most importantly, I have always wanted to play this game, and I'm very excited it finally came up, especially since Moon really enjoyed it in the past. So we'll be playing that. It came out on pretty much everything except for Switch. So, including dust off that Wii U, play some Thomas Was Alone.
Yep. Thomas Was Alone on Switch when?
Yeah, yeah. Well, he got to... I did some searching. He said on Twitter, like, yeah, someday. So, probably working on it now.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Patreon.com/E1M1. We recorded a whole ton of Outcast stuff this week. So at the $2 and up level, you get that. $5 and up is the recommended one. Also, I feel like I never talk about this. If you like us, rate us on wherever you listen, like iTunes or we're on Spotify or Google Podcasts, all those places. A rating helps a ton. A rating with a nice description. If you don't like the show, don't write anything, please. And don't rate us. That really helps a ton because it feeds into the algorithm, and that will help more people find the show, which will do something. I don't know, maybe more patrons? I don't know.
It's also pretty rote at this point to say, but like, share, subscribe. Like,
yeah.
the retweets and all that kind of junk
Retweets
and
help so
shares on
much.
Facebook, like
Yeah.
you don't realize how much it actually matters. Like
Yeah,
if
it
you
helps
see
a
it,
ton.
throw it up. Like you'd be surprised at the difference. It's like pay it forward. If
Right.
you tell two friends and they tell two friends, and then soon enough, everybody in the world is talking about TVGP.
That's right, as it should be.
Yes.
Okay. With all that business stuff out of the way, Moon, what have you been playing this past week?
I'm going to start with my usual showstopper here, which is Dead by Daylight, mostly because I didn't really play it this week. I played little bits and pieces, just daily stuff. They've patched the game again, and it seems like their network issues we've been suffering from for the past couple of weeks seem to have gone away now.
Nice.
So, good on them for that. So yeah, Dead by Daylight, did my dailies, still loving that game. Almost there for the prestige achievement. Whoop whoop.
Yeah.
Want to throw a quick shout out here to Binding of Isaac, which I checked and loaded up to ensure was still installed on my system. On the faintest glimmer of possible hope, this is like the universe is going, the stars are shutting off, and then there's one little twinkle in the sky left.
Right before the sun flickers out.
Yes. So maybe
Yeah,
one day.
Moon had the same reaction I did to one of the lead developers over at Nicholas posting what appears to be a preview version of Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus with a Xbox One controller in front of the screen.
Yes, which for those of you who don't know, the Binding of Isaac BOI Afterbirth Plus is the latest DLC pack for the game.
Correct.
And that has come to literally every single platform.
Yep.
Including the Switch.
Yep.
But not the Xbox.
It also didn't come to the Vita, but that's understandable. The Xbox One, to make matters worse, the Xbox One version of Binding of Isaac has not gotten a patch in 4 years. So, just put that in perspective. So there's definitely a hunger for Afterbirth and Afterbirth Plus to come to the platform. So someone challenged him on Twitter and said, like, I don't believe you. So he posted the same controller in front of a screen full of code, and Moon had the very same reaction I did, where it's like, what am I supposed to know what Isaac's code looks like? Like, what are you doing here? Like, you're supposed to, like,
it's BS.
Yeah, like post something of like the Xbox One dashboard, and it says resume Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Now yes. I'm a little bit more of a believer, but
so I did do some digging into this. He did actually post a photo of the Xbox controller plugged into an Xbox with Isaac on the TV at the time.
Okay, that's a good step.
But that's also easily fakeable because you can just put a PC HDMI cord in and switch your Xbox on, and it looks like it's running on it.
I was gonna say, did he show you where the cords were connected to and all that?
Hold up,
nice little video
hold up today's newspaper.
Yeah.
Yep.
Give me Isaac's proof of life.
Based on my F. Nicholas attitude for the past couple of years, you can see where this doubt comes from.
It's 100% justified.
Then I did some more research into this. He's one of the lead programmers for that company.
Right.
He literally got an Xbox One 2 months ago.
Fantastic.
So this is one of the lead programmers, and from what I can understand, this guy is literally a programming wizard. Like some of the things he's done to the PlayStation version of the game and the coding he's done is genuinely widely regarded as some of the best coding in like small indie spaces. Like the dude is nothing but positive things said to him. He works for Nicholas. He didn't own an Xbox until he bought it himself.
Right. Like, can't they give you a dev kit?
Like, all Xboxes are dev kits is the problem.
I totally forgot about that. You're right. Yeah.
So he literally bought himself. He's activated the dev kit mode on it, and he's doing this for fun. Now, this isn't even a mandated through the company kind of thing. It's like, number one, F. Nicholas.
Yeah, first and foremost.
Number two, thank you, Ty, for actually showing some love, because the second he posted those, all of the responses on Twitter was just like, we don't believe you. Prove it.
Right.
We don't believe you. When?
Like, I want to go buy Afterbirth and Afterbirth Plus, but I don't believe you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like, I checked. It's still installed. It still runs fine.
Okay.
Who knows if
It's
my
just
dreams
waiting.
will ever come true?
Waiting for that patch.
Who knows? Like
Yeah.
the patch, at this point, I will happily pay the $40 for the 2 DLC packs to put them on my system.
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
say,
because Afterbirth costs $20, and Afterbirth Plus and the packs after that were all free.
so
$20.
you mean I want to prove that you have a market on this platform?
Yep.
I will buy them literally day one.
And there are so many people on the Xbox One that want the last 4 years of content for Binding of Isaac.
So, thank you, Ty. F. Nicholas. We'll see how this goes in down the line.
Yeah.
Because I've got no belief. They have literally broken me. I am a prisoner of my platform of choice.
Yep. Like, Tool is getting a new album at the end of this month, so if there's ever a good time to release something like that, it would be the end of this month for Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, and just break the internet.
Good synergy with Tool there as well, yeah. Oh boy. So 3 more games to talk about. I'm gonna save the most fun till last.
Okay.
I'm going to go about the messiest mess that ever did mess.
Oh,
first
boy.
and foremost. So, for those of you who are listening for a while, like, you know that we kind of, as a group, we all got deep into Marvel Strike Force.
Yes.
Like all mobile games, it has its ups and its downs with people, and some people keep playing, some people drop off. I kept playing. A lot of our community members stopped.
Yeah.
There was a lot of new community members who literally joined our Discord and only talk in the Strikeforce channel.
Shout out to our Discord server's incredibly active Strikeforce channel.
Like, those guys know the game. They play it. They play it a lot. I'm still considered within that list. Musum's still in there too. So, yeah, I don't talk about it every week, but I'm playing it every single week. That's, it's not worth talking about because, like, what do you want to know about what raid event is going on at the moment? It's the same.
Yeah.
We talked, I think, might have talked briefly in one episode about how they keep releasing characters which feel like pay to win kind of thing, and I think you mentioned it feels like the other Marvel game that you got deep into.
Avengers Academy. Yeah, where it's sort of like they keep releasing them. It's like these are significantly more powerful than everything else, and they're $15 a pop. That doesn't. And, like, you can only get it by buying it. That feels not great.
Yeah, so they've had some of that instances as well, and they've had some issues. The Fantastic Four are now coming to the game. That's the current event going on right now.
Nice.
Less than 3 weeks after the Sinister Six just made it to the game.
Okay.
So not really enough time to get all your mats back if you're saving to spend on new characters.
Interesting.
Yes. So they have, as most of these things do, they have a guild system in the game, an alliance system.
Your clan, your guild, whatever they want to call it in this one.
Exactly. So they decided to roll out an update with auto kicks, which is, let's say you can set it, it's like 7 days, 14 days, and so on and so forth. So if, for example, if you're a captain and you're idle for 7 days, you get demoted to become a member.
Oh, okay.
If you're just a regular member and you're idle for 7 days, you just get kicked. Like, you can
that's kind of nice.
Automatically kick people out based on idle inactivity, because that's a lot of the hard work when it comes to an alliance, is keeping an eye on those dates, kicking people who are idle, who don't care anymore. Did
someone go on vacation? Like, where'd this dude disappear to?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We honestly, it's something that we haven't had an issue with in around about 4 months. Like, we've had a solid group who all pretty much play the game every day, and that's like 25, 26 people who are all constantly in, constantly communicating,
that's
having
huge.
A relatively good time.
Yeah.
They announced this update, and it went live this week.
And then, ...
Before I talk about the consequences of that, they put a sale on. As it happens, you have premium characters who are worth money, blah, blah, blah. Generally speaking, it's like all mobile games where they're way overpriced for what they are.
Yeah.
So, for example, you have a character has 50 shards on sale. Usually it's about $20. So 50 shards is 1999 to get 50 shards for a character. That will take them from 1 star to 2 star, 2 star to 3 star. I think you can get them to that. By the time you get to 6 star, 7 star is the cap. To get from 6 to 7, it's 300 shards. So you can see where these mobile games get whaley really, really quick.
Right, because when you pull on like the daily pulls, there's only a random chance of like 200 characters you'll get 1 character shard, and you might get 1 of those shards. So if you're not going to spend the money, you're just going to be waiting forever.
Yes, exactly. So that's my attitude with all mobile games. It's I ain't going to spend the money. I'm going to earn this freeway and see what I can do. I did it with Galaxy of Heroes, which was this game just years before it.
Literally the same game.
Yes, literally the exact same game. And I never had an issue with it because like I will get the people I want to get when I get them. And in the meantime, I'm saving up materials so that when I unlock said characters, I can dump all of the materials I've saved to immediately get them on level-wise with the characters I have.
Right.
So they go from level 1 to level 70, their gear gets equipped, their gets upgraded, everything like that. Someone made a mistake because Vulture, part of the Sinister Six pack a couple of weeks ago, he suddenly appeared on the store with 50 shards for $1.99.
Hello.
So someone made a mistake in the decimals.
Yeah. In your favor, thankfully, instead of like it's $200.
And I know half, if not more, of our alliance were like 2 buy limit on it.
Yep.
Half of our alliance, at least, probably went, I'll spend $4 on 100 Vulture shards.
100%.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
So somebody messed up the decimal point again, is what our guess is. Because see, I did loop around quite smartly there.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, yeah.
When they implemented this 7-day kick rule, something tells me they misplaced the point.
Yeah.
Because immediately, like 80% of every single alliance in the game got kicked.
Yep. Like every alliance in the game. Not just like a couple here and there. Literally everyone.
It's like I loaded up the game and my chat log was literally just a list of every single person in our guild getting kicked.
Yeah, and you're like, this isn't right for how many people play this every day.
So my guess is someone accidentally changed it from 7 days to 7 hours.
Yeah, 0.7 days.
Or worse, 7 minutes.
Right.
Because every single thing hit. And this game has got a decent little following on YouTube, a couple of huge guilds, a couple of huge alliances that really push the content and talk about how great it is and how fun it is.
It still has a very solid following.
Yes. And then literally you kick 80% of every single group in the game. It didn't go down well.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, obviously, you're part of the alliance. You immediately start talking to people, trying to get them back into the group, trying to figure out who's who. Random people are joining in, taking up slots while you're trying to get your crew back together, kind of thing.
Just chaos. Thankfully, there's most alliances are using Discord, so it's sort of like, all right, everybody's just still in here. We'll get everybody rounded back up. But, man, if you weren't...
They ended up having to do a rollback.
Okay, good.
So it looks like they rolled at least the alliance states back to beforehand. It's like, look, if you don't manage to get into your previous alliance, let us know. We'll fix it for you.
2 thumbs up for having database backups. Cough, cough.
Yes. I think we may have lost at least one of our members in this process because they might have loaded up, seen that they've been kicked, not understood why, and decided to uninstall the game.
Right.
One of the few members who isn't on Discord, so that's where the problems like this arise.
Right.
They offered a make good, which was because if you're in an alliance, you can take part in wars, alliance raids.
Right.
There's so many different events that you can take part on because you're in an alliance, and we are consistently like top 10% in pretty much everything, like in wars, in raids, and everything. Like we're doing pretty okay for not an alliance full of whales.
Right.
we've got a couple of whales. I'm looking at you, North, but it's
but not everybody is. You know, some of those alliances are like, you look at their roster and it's like, okay, every one of you is spending a couple $100 a month, if not a week, to play this game.
Yes, exactly. So they're your investor type alliances,
Yes.
where they have more money than time, and that's fine. That's how they want to play it. They want to play it that way. That's fine. But yeah, we're doing pretty great, and all of a sudden you've got, when you join an alliance, a 24-hour waiting period. You can't join or attack raids. You lose the war aspect of things. It's like, what? Their make good was not make good enough.
What was their make good at the end of the day?
It was a whole bunch of basically rewards for the different types of events that go on, because they also had to take the game down for like 2.5 hours while they did this rollback.
Right.
So you lost on pretty much everything. And it's just like, come on, guys. Like, you've got this going on, and you've got a Fantastic Four event and a Mysterio event still going on, where we've lost the ability to make progress to unlocking Mysterio because you messed up this badly.
Yeah.
Like, literally a week after you probably did it before. Like, because there's no way that 50 shards for that character was $2.
No. Not for a brand new character. That's like a special where you're like, Black Panther, 50 shards for $2 because he's been out for 2 years, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That was their pre-make good.
Yes.
we know we're going to screw up again pretty soon. I can feel it, so it's $2.
Well, yeah, it was a bunch of resources, which, yes, I'll get them and I will spend them. And I did in literally 2 minutes.
Right.
It's like, it shouldn't take me 2 minutes for me to fix the make good that cost us 4 or 5 hours and at least a war result, 2 raids that we didn't get completion percentages on because of it.
Right.
You know, a whole bunch of other stuff.
Alliance members.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there is a slight problem with that. Yeah. I still like the game, and because it's me, I genuinely DGAF. So it's like, okay, it happens. They made a mistake. Whatever. Move on with it. But I think Musum threw out the best suggestion in our guild chat, which was, this feels like a have the Fantastic Four for free level of mistake.
Yeah.
And it does.
Yeah. Because this is a major error.
That's... People talk all the time about, like, okay, there's a glitch in Borderlands or whatever and you can do stuff. This isn't a minor, like, single-player game with a slight mistake. This is a huge mess-up.
Yeah.
Like, huge. Why isn't there a test server with that already in?
Right, this is like a major QA failure.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's shocking how bad this mistake was.
Yeah.
I know Musum's going to have more to say it next time Pup rolls around, because me and him discussed it. I was like, so, show worthy, do you think? And he was like, yep, already making the notes for the Pup, and I started making mine for this show.
Nice.
Like, the level of mistake is just insane.
Yeah.
And I get it. You're coders. You're probably a small team working on a mobile game, but you don't tell me that this mobile game doesn't make you money based on how many people have Ultron, one of the hardest characters to get in the game.
Yeah.
Like, I started 3 months after the game came out, something like that. And I'm not bad at these kind of things when it comes to min-maxing, so you can't tell me that you full of whales. Like,
yeah.
All of whales.
Man.
Oh, but yes, Marvel Strike Force. I still enjoy it. Go if you want to ever see chat flyby, go check out our Strike Force Discord.
Yeah.
It's hilarious how quick that thing moves. My next game, Apex Legends.
Yeah.
So much Apex Legends.
Solos is out now, right?
So much Apex Legends,
Okay.
Yes. It's... You ever have that, like, chaotic game? Like, I never played them, so maybe Quake or whatever did this back in the 40s when Boston was playing it.
Excuse me, sir. It was the Roaring 20s. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But that really frantic, fast-paced, like, shoot 'em up kind of thing, the same thing you get with like the Modern Warfare 2. Like that speed is insane.
Yeah, for us it was Quake 1, where it's just like, oh, this is like with 3D acceleration finally hitting the market. You're just like, oh, this is too much.
Yeah. Well, Apex usually mitigates that speed a little bit because it's a squad game, so you end up with 3 people moving a little bit slower because you're all trying to move together.
You don't want to be the one dude that's like, I'm over by the dinosaur bones. You're like, I have no idea where you are. It was nice knowing you.
Well, solos is a cluster. Like, 100% a cluster. So, they introduced this new event, the Iron Crown event.
Yeah.
This is the one we talked about last week that has all of the cool looking skins.
Yeah, which was another issue.
Yes, which was 100% another issue. So, my wife, you can earn 2, the rest you have to buy. Whatever. I don't care. I'm going to earn my 2, and I'm going to be fine with that because at the end of the day, I don't care about skins. I think I might have mentioned on the show before how me and my wife have inverse luck when it comes to skins.
You always get the one she wants, and she gets the one she doesn't want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she unlocked her first free skin, or her first free pack. She opened it. She got, literally, when we were looking at the skins, like the day the event started, she was like, I do not want that one. It's the one that's for Pathfinder. It makes him, as she calls it makes him look like a Q-tip.
Okay. So it's one of those you look at and you're like, ooh, no, I don't immediately revolted about how that looks.
Yeah, so she opened her first pack. Guess what? She got Q-tip Pathfinder.
Great.
Nice.
So that's fun. I haven't earned enough rewards to unlock my first or my second pack yet, but I'm getting there, which solos helps with because you'll get the game has daily challenges and stuff like that now, and it's all part of the season pass progression.
Right. How much does the season pass cost again?
I can't remember if it's $10 or $20.
Okay. So it's nothing crazy.
I think it might be $10 to be honest, because it's like 1,000 coins, which works out as like $10.
Oh, okay. Just curious.
But the progression on season 2 is so much better than season 1. Season 1 was like, you need to play this game 24 hours a day to even get halfway through.
This is your one game for the next 3 months.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This one, it does things differently where you get a battle pass level based on XP, but that resets weekly. So it's like your first 8,000 XP, you get a battle pass level. Then it's 16,000 XP, you get a battle pass level. Then it's 32,000 XP, you get a battle pass level.
Okay.
But now they have weekly challenges that are permanent weekly. So the first week of the battle pass, here's 7 challenges. The second week, here is 7 challenges.
Cool.
And on top of that, you have daily challenges. Daily challenges give you like 6,000 XP if you complete one.
Wow. Okay.
So it's the weekly ones.
Are they hard things to do daily, or is it just like...
It's random.
Okay.
That's the really stupid part. Stupid in not a bad way or a good way. Because like the weekly challenges, for example, you'll have like 7 challenges in a week. The top 3, when you do them, will give you a battle pass level. The rest will give you bonus XP.
Cool.
So it's like, land in this place 5 times. You land there 5 times. You move to stage 2. Land in this place 5 times. You land there 5 times.
Okay.
You get a battle pass level. It's
easy.
Honestly, like I'm barely playing this game comparatively. I'm playing it a lot.
Right.
But I'm playing it barely comparatively to other people who may be playing the game.
It's not your third place, as we've talked about on the show before. Like, it's not your primary games as a service game.
No, it's not. This week it has been, but generally speaking, it's not. But those levels and those challenges and stuff, it gives you things to aim for. It's like, do 6,000 damage as either Caustic, Lifeline, or somebody else. So you've got a choice of 3 characters, you play them, you do a bunch of damage with them, you get a battle pass level. It seems the progression is a lot better in this. Iron Crown, they took all those lessons learned, they scrumpled them into a ball, and they threw that out the window and said, pay us. Like, it's ridiculous. I think you mentioned the math last week. It's several $100s to get everything in that event if you want it, which I don't like. But I'm fine because it's all cosmetics, and at the end of the day, I don't care about cosmetics.
And thankfully, Respawn has recently come out and said, yeah, you guys were right. We screwed up. Thank you for being vocal. Whoops.
I am very curious if this is an EA sponsored first week of the event, and then a Respawn sponsored second week of the event.
Right. Yeah, now, I feel like in 2019, you're not wrong, because I feel like there's always this air of suspicion, where it's like, did you do this just to get the money out of the whales and then plan your mea culpa a couple days later and say like, oh, you're right, yeah, sorry, and then you just roll out a plan B, and it's just sort of like, oh, weird, here's all these graphics we had ready, and here's this patch we had. Oh, weird. Like there has to be this level of suspicion nowadays, which I don't think is wrong.
I don't know, EA could be smart enough where they're like, oh, hey, let's do this thing that we know is going to be bad, get everyone who's going to pay for it, and then let the studio say, yeah, that was all EA.
Yeah, like a wink
they're going to get their money either way.
That wasn't our plan, right, guys? Like good cop, bad cop, where it's like, oh, weird, EA's still screwing us, the little guy, Respawn.
I would not put it past them at all to do that. But I mean, the new mode is good. It's the same map, but the ring closes so much quicker, so much earlier. It's like basically just a much more fast-paced version of Apex.
Cool.
And it's solos. So when you have a daily that says kill 3 people or somebody, you go in a solo match, you hot drop as the character that you need to get the kills with, and then you hope to God that you can get a kill or two in before you get killed.
Yeah.
Because hot dropping on solos is literally insane, because you've got no one to cover your back. It's just like you drop, you open a chest, and you either kill someone or you're dead. Like that's how it goes.
Right.
Like there's just nothing there. I played a fair bit of solos this week, just grinding out stuff. I did manage, thanks to solos, to get my last 2 characters up to 5,000 damage.
Hey.
One more achievement left in Apex.
Yeah.
One more.
What's the last achievement?
Player level 50, which is an account level thing. So
okay.
I'll get that eventually.
You just keep playing.
I may or may not, over the past week and a half, have jumped from like level 35, level 31 to 45.
Wow. Okay.
I've played a lot of Apex this past week and change.
Mostly because my wife got a friend of ours into it. Like, we did a couple of rounds, and then the bug bit all three of us really hard.
It's when you hop back in with friends and you're like, you know what, this game is still really good, and man, it feels great playing this game with people again.
Mm-hmm. And we're even at the point where we're discussing cutest squads versus D-bag squads. Like, who can we roll out as just a whole bunch of D-bags who would just say the worst things?
Yeah.
Or do we roll out as the cutest squad, who are just like cute, like characters in the game who
Cute
are just
squad
like
for life.
nice and sweet? Exactly.
Yeah.
But the game is it's so fun, and you still get that panicked moments of, you know, you accidentally don't realize, but you've split up a bit too far, and then someone goes down. It's like, well, it's all downhill from here, folks.
This is it's the beginning of the end.
Yeah, you get my wife doing her, which I think she might admit is her specialty in the game, which is running away from fights. Let me continue before you judge. Wife, if you're listening to this, don't scream yet.
This is a tactical. Sometimes you got to run away. I'm not judging.
Running away from fights that you can't win.
Right.
After me and Emma are already dead. Hiding quietly for about 3 or 4 minutes.
Sure.
Wait until the other squad leaves. Then running and picking up our banners and taking us to a respawn station.
Smart. That's how you play Apex.
And I think this is the game changer about Apex, is the fact that there is respawn stations. You're not sitting there waiting 45 minutes for somebody else to die so you can all jump back in again.
Well, and there's some strategy to being down where it's sort of like you can spectate a little bit, maybe like just enough to let them know, all right, I got 2 people on my body, they're moving towards this part of this building. You know, you can help out because you're still invested in it.
And the ping system works when you're down but not out, so if someone puts you down, you can ping where they are so that your team can see where they are.
As soon as you're down, ping, 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 ping.
Exactly. Is that enemies over here, enemies over here, enemies over here. Okay, I get it. I get it.
I saw that you died in the kill feed. I'm coming for you.
We are also a squad of griefers, so I'll be like, oh, should we drop here? No. Ping. Literally, you can ping no. So I was like, no. Can't do that. No.
You gotta land somewhere.
Nope. It's like all units for Halo Wars, except the opposite.
Right.
It's just so...
it's done because like we got champion. Shockingly enough, to me at least, we managed to get a champion, which was really good squad play. 3 people that synergized well with each other. We did a couple of good moves, and then we snuck up and we took out basically the 2 last squads while they were fighting with each other. We just popped out of nowhere, like you were all dead.
Right.
And we got champion, and it was great. And it's one of those moments where it's in a good battle royale. A chicken dinner is always amazing.
Yeah.
It's, you know, that screen comes up and then you've got champion squad, and then, you know, next time you jump in, everybody's going to see your name and they're going to be gunning for you.
Your cool looking banners and your skins. Yeah.
Exactly. So there's something truly special about that. And especially with, like, M hasn't played either of the Titanfall games. So this is a whole new control scheme, movement style, weapons, everything to her. And seeing her improve so much so quickly, it's really cool to see, because it's like, I think, I'm sorry, Amber, I think it was like 20 matches before she got her first kill.
Yeah.
And it's a big deal. Your first kill is a big deal.
Yeah, like, I got one, yeah.
Yeah. And then another 20 matches to the second, and now every time she loads in, she's got the kill counter on her banner card, because all she plays is stupid pun Watson with the stupid puns. Oh, good. If you're listening, I'm not going to go through them, but if you're listening and you have Apex, just go and look at her skin names, her taunts, her quips. Everything to do with Watson is a stupid pun, and it's annoying me now.
It's dad jokes all the way down.
Well, like, now her kill count is like at 10, 15, 20, and it's like, good, it's going up, you're getting better, you know, you can see that growth, and it's like, cool. I mean, there's times when we play bad, but there's times when everybody plays bad, but
yeah.
It's no PUBG where you hit the button and then you've got to wait for everybody to load in. You wait into the lobby for 60 seconds, then you wait for the plane to start. It's like you hit the button and almost immediately you're in.
You're picking your characters. Let's go.
Exactly.
Yep.
Like they've done a really good job of that, and apparently the solos launch did trash the servers a lot.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
My wife was in a 632 person long queue.
Wow.
So that's fun. But yeah, Apex, it's
so good.
It's really fun.
I wish I had more time to play it, because I really like it. I can't fit it into my schedule.
Honestly, if they, I would try it this week, because Iron Crown is only for another week.
Okay.
So you've only got that solo option for another week. I would give it a shot this week, because you don't have to depend on anybody else then. You don't have to say, here's my squad of 3. You can jump in, and then if you feel like you want to die, then you can die, you know, and not have to worry about what other people think.
Yeah, we were talking pre-show about sort of our top 10 list this year and games we're still looking forward to, and I think all of us agreed, like, we need to spend a little bit of time with Apex Legends before the top 10, especially since it just keeps getting better by leaps and bounds sort of every event and every season. So, like, I played it a lot during the beginning, like even pre-season 1, and now we're on, you know, an event in season 2. The game is significantly different. I gotta go back.
Yeah, you really do. It's shocking how much fun it is, and it still feels good to control.
Yeah.
Like, it's because it's the Titanfall motion. I'm used to it, and like I said, Em never played any of the Titanfall games. We're trying to tell her.
Too.
Literally exactly what I said.
Yeah. Titanfall 2 is so good. And the campaign is only like 5 hours
on
long,
the easy
7
difficulty,
hours.
I was about 6, yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, Titanfall's great.
The campaign's really good too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's genuinely fantastic. Also, I didn't know this. A character they introduced last season in Season 1 for the Battle Pass is called Octane. He's got robotic legs, and his special is he injects himself and he runs really quick at the cost of health.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, he was inspired by people who were playing the Titanfall 2 campaign, and you know how there's that trial at the start?
Yeah.
And there's an achievement related to doing that quickly. Some dude used 2 grenades to basically warthog jump his way across the map as fast as possible using the
I saw
propulsion.
a GIF of that. He cleared it in like less than a second.
Yeah, he's the inspiration for Octane.
That's
because
cool.
All of Octane's animations and drops and stuff like that, all of his skins are all about him with a grenade blowing up right next to him.
That's really good.
Even his execution is he walks up, he tilts his head, he drops a grenade, and then just stands there while the grenade explodes next to you.
That's really good.
It's good on them. Like,
yeah. That's fun.
Good game. It's a fun game. Internet drama being internet drama about it right now, but
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
My final game this week. Oh boy. So, Hollow Knight. I beat the Hollow Knight.
Oh, yes, you beat the final boss,
I did.
quote unquote.
He was a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, I feel like the first half of that battle, totally fine. When he starts going berserk at the end, a little bit tough.
I am the exact inverse of you. I hated that first part of the battle. I absolutely loved it because when he starts stabbing himself and putting himself into different modes, that's heal time, baby.
And free damage if you're doing all right. Like just get on in there.
Exactly. So yeah, I beat the Hollow Knight. I didn't beat Hollow Knight the game, but I beat Hollow Knight. I now have the cool orange title scene.
Yes. Yep.
I have the heartbeat now at the start as well.
Yeah.
I also now have the King's Mark, which I didn't have beforehand. It was my concern because I hadn't faced
Hornet. Yep.
For the second time yet.
Yes. Yep.
I hadn't done any of that stuff.
Okay, that's a cool area too, like that snowy area.
I think you'll find it ash. Thank you very much.
You're right.
It's not snow, it's ash.
I like discovering the bench in that area where like the sign has fallen over a little bit, so it's actually not pointing at the place you're supposed to go. But if you imagine the sign's fixed, then you can break that wall. It's like, all right, that was cool. I like that.
What else was that? There's the giant grub in that area as well, who is so gross and hilarious at the same time.
Yeah, and like doesn't seem to. There's a lot of NPCs in this game that don't seem to do anything, and that is confusing to me as someone who likes Metrovanias, where it's like someone in the world is supposed to give me something, but this guy's like, nah, I live here.
Yeah,
in my home. How you doing?
I found a weird blue mushroom fella, and I put the blue mushroom pin on and somehow talked to him, and he vanished. I don't know where he went to.
I still need to do that for that trophy. You have to do it like 7 or 8 times.
I don't know where he went to.
I don't remember either.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot because I got my tram pass ages ago.
Yeah.
And I did the top tram, and I went to the east, and I did the stupid decayed dungeon things with the spikes on the walls and the big climby sections.
Right.
I did find the second tram location at the bottom, and I went to the
Deep Nest?
No, the one to the east and south of Deep Nest.
Oh, yeah, that place.
Yeah, I went there. I'm an idiot and didn't notice that the tram went another stop along.
Right. Yes.
So I didn't pay attention to the fact that the right-hand button was lit up for a second time.
Right.
So I literally beat the game and then went east on that tram. And that's where I got the King's Mark and a whole bunch of other stuff. I found the Colosseum of Fools.
Yeah. Poof, boy. Yeah. Yep.
I feel bad because I totally wiped out that poor little knight guy in the easiest one.
Yeah, the easiest one is no problem.
Yes, and the quote unquote boss there is that old fellow with the needle who he says is like the reigner of 1,000 deaths or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And he literally just runs at you like swinging like a nerd fight, like pa, 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 pa.
Yeah, like he is one of the easiest bosses in video game history.
Oh, yeah, I did him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found the Void.
Yes, all the way at the bottom.
All the way at the bottom.
Yep.
So I now have Shadow Step, or whatever the thing is called. I realized that Shadow Step is a Naruto move. You don't have to tell me about Naruto. Thank you very much.
Yes, we all know about Naruto.
I found that.
Mm-hmm.
So now I can get through the stupid Shadow Gates.
Yep.
And now I'm in the Queen's Garden?
Yes. Yep.
So now I have 2 more areas to explore now that I found, finally, this stupid shadow thing.
Your last movement ability.
Wait, there's one more?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, the shadow dash thing
in the
is...
void, so the shadow step is all the way to the right, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Did you go all the way to the left to get the
yes,
other one?
There was nothing there.
There is.
No, there isn't.
Oh, you goofed, boy.
I smashed every single wall. This game has made me do the Castlevania thing, where it's just like, there's a wall, I'm going to hit it.
Yeah, you have to use a move in there to upgrade it.
Oh, it's this stupid butt bash.
Yep.
'Cause it's
There's like it's so
a column.
Yeah, it's
sitting on top of a
exactly what I'm
room.
talking about now. Yep.
It's
Yep.
like it's like a little arena, like a tiny little like dome.
Yep. And
with
there's
a
like an
column,
altar,
like
or
a
something in there.
sacrificial altar in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
I spent like 15 minutes in there. It's like, can I hit it? No. Can I do this? Like trying all this stuff, and I was like, fine. I'm not leaving this area until I do it. I did the butt stomp, and it's like, yeah, all right, here's the upgrade. It's like, grumble.
So yeah, I guess I'm going back to the void.
Gotta
at
go
some
back down
point.
there.
Oh, it's so annoying because I'd literally only just found the Mushroom Man beforehand, and he appears in a small domed area, just like that, and then he
Right.
vanishes from that area when you talk to him. So I was
Right.
like, oh, I bet you the Mushroom Man shows up here at some point,
Yeah.
and then walked out.
Yeah.
So,
Hollow Knight? I swear to
I
God.
hate you sometimes Hollow Knight, like
Yeah.
so much. I'm just gonna keep exploring the Queen's Garden and stuff, and you know, I'll go back to the butt bash when I'm good and ready.
Have you gotten the upgrade to let you swim through poison water?
Yes.
Okay.
I think you need that to get to the area which gives you one of the sleepers.
Okay.
You need to get that to go through the fungal place to go west through there to swim under the thing. I think I'm pretty much done. I don't have the Cyclone Slash. I just don't have that. I don't know where that is.
I don't remember.
Which is funny because I actually got into a text conversation with Mackie over the weekend about this game. And he was like, yeah, I've got this, and this. Mackie is currently stuck on the Soul Catcher, Soul Destroyer. This stupid, which I have expressed with him my pain at that boss too.
Yeah.
Because I hate that guy.
Did you find all 3 of the Master Swordsmen?
That's the one I'm missing. I'm
Okay.
missing one of them because I've got the Dash Slash, I've got the Charge Slash, I just don't have the Cyclone Slash. So I'm missing one of them to get that.
Are you trying to complete as much as you can without pulling up a map?
Yes.
That's like the stage you're at right now.
Pretty much. I mean,
Okay.
it's. I was at the point where I was like, well, I've just got my Shadow Step, and I know there's 2 more areas that I need to go to, or at least 1 more area that I need to go to. With that, so when I'm in a new area, I'm not mapping at all,
Right.
and I still haven't hit the point yet where it's like in existing areas I'm starting to map. Like I haven't done any of that. It's like as long as I have a very clearly labeled new area where I haven't explored, I'm gonna go there, do that. And if there's no new areas at any point, then I will probably start to use a map. But
Yeah,
right
like
now,
get
it's
all
just
the
a case
secret
of-
areas.
Yeah, right now it's just a case for me of if I haven't been there, I'm just going to explore it and see what I can find naturally.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm at 69% completion at this point, which
That's
I'm
high.
pretty happy with considering how much I've actually just ran around hitting walls like a crazy person.
Yeah, because I think I finished the game at like 41%, like fairly low.
Like, I was at 59 and then I beat Hollow Knight and that took me to 60 even.
Okay.
And then doing the far right hand side, getting the King's Mark, going south, give me like another 9%.
Have you
so-
been to the Hive yet?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's to the west of the Queen's Garden because the Queen's Garden is green and lush. And
No,
then there's
it's
the
all the
foggy
way in
area
the-
above that.
It's all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. There will be a wall as you're, where like at the top is the Colosseum, and there's that giant shaft, like all the way down the map with all the platforms, like where the bodies are falling.
Yeah.
All the way at the bottom of there, and then like another couple of rooms underneath that, you'll see a wall where there's kind of some bees floating around. If you shoot your fireball at that wall, it should bust open. I totally did it by accident. And there's an entirely new, huge, really difficult area in there.
Okay, so there's another place I haven't been to yet.
It's so
tells me
funny
that-
because it's like, I broke open a wall. What's in here? Oh, it's a whole new area with like a boss and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh because a good rule of thumb for me is achievements wise. So if you have a game, let's say if it's a single player game, you have 50 achievements in the base game. If you just play through the single player campaign on the normal difficulty, as far as I'm concerned, by the end of that game, you should have 25 out of 50 achievements.
Okay.
Generally speaking, that's a good rule of thumb. 1 per level, usually 1 per boss, maybe some secrets along the way, some
Yeah.
upgrades, whatever. I beat Hollow Knight with 7 out of 50 achievements.
Yep. That sounds right.
It's like, come on. Like,
yeah.
Really?
And a lot of the achievements are like...
They're the collectibles.
Do the Queen's Walk, find these areas, like, find all the areas, find all the mapping dude, like, get all the mask shards, get all the other shards, whatever they're called.
I'm really annoyed that I lost that 4,000 geo now because I've found another 3 places where I need to spend at least 1,000 geo.
Yeah. Thankfully, you're getting to the point where you're gonna start getting just a ton of geo.
Yeah, I'm hoping so, because part of the downside about killing Hollow Knight is now all the start areas started getting high power enemies, which drop more geo.
Yeah.
Now he's dead, they're back to the default baby versions. And
right.
Like, come on, I was enjoying getting 50 geo from this thing I could kill with 2 hits.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh, but no, Hollow Knight, it's hit that point with me where it was play it for a little bit, solid brick wall, don't play it for like 6 to 8 months. Come back in, all of a sudden it's like progress. It's like I'm skipping down the yellow brick progress road. It's just like, well,
knocking out one area after another.
Yeah, there were a couple of bosses here and there that I thought I would struggle with. The stupid rolly beetles need to go away.
The hardest boss, I think, in the game, except for like the super very end most difficult boss. And like, you haven't even started Grim Troop. You haven't even started some of the other DLC stuff that's in there.
Was the Coliseum of Fools DLC?
No, that was base game.
Oh, that was base game.
Yeah. Boy, that third one, because you get a pale ore when you beat the third one. God, that third one is so hard. It's so long and it's so difficult. Oh god.
Yeah, I started playing with the pins a little bit as well, especially now that I've got like 9 pin slots.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so Mark of Pride on immediately.
100%.
I've got obviously the map one, a couple of others, but it's like, if I know there's a boss, bye map one, bye collect the geo for me, you stupid weird swarm.
The one that always goes first. It's like, all right, I'm not going to do any exploring. I don't need you to hoover up the geo for me.
Yeah, I need to go back and visit that ant at some point because I accidentally broke my increased geo drops pin. So I need to go back and get that fixed. Here's something I didn't know.
Sure.
The Dung Defender, his pin is really good for bosses, number 1.
Yeah.
Because it puts off a cloud of smell, basically. For those who don't know, you pick it up from a dung beetle. When you wear it, you have like a cloud of smell. When you wear that to the ant, he gives you a discount because you smell so great.
Yes.
When you try and go into other shops, they tell you to go away.
Yep.
It's so dumb.
It's so good. And there's a whole bunch of like secret pin synergies too, where it's like that one will synergize with something else to make a bigger cloud, or a cloud that does poison, or stuff like that. Like this game is really deep.
Probably the mushroom one, to be honest, because that's the one
I think it does.
The cloud thing.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like I do love seeing how far out you attack when you've got all of the all of the nail extender.
It's like half the screen.
Yeah, it's super useful. But Hollow Knight's still great.
Yeah,
like it took me almost a year to realize, but yes, Hollow Knight is a very good game.
I'm happy you got there.
It makes me laugh because Hollow talking about it got me to play it. Then Hollow and me talking about it got Mackie to go back to it.
Right.
And I'm curious as how many more links in this chain does it need for you to buy it on a third system and play it again?
I really wish I had finished. I really wish I had started the Grim Troop stuff when I had my Hollow Knight skills, because I tried to go back and I was like, all right, it's been like a couple of months. I'm going to go back and I'm going to try and do Grim Troop because everyone says that stuff and the other DLC is really good. I don't have those skills anymore. Like, I feel like I would have to start the whole thing back over, which won't take that long because you mostly know where to go at this point, and you know how to take advantage of the bosses, and you're still going to have trouble with the rolling knights, but everyone does.
Yeah.
But like, I don't have the time. Too many great games coming out. End of this year.
There is an achievement in that game for getting a 100% in steel shell mode.
Yep.
It's like, go away.
Yeah, no thank you.
Just go away.
Yeah.
What's steel shell mode?
You die, it's done.
Yeah, it just deletes your save.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a game
I don't
where
play these games.
yeah, literally like it feels like every single boss fight I go into, there is 3 deaths of learning,
Yep.
3 deaths of practice, and then anywhere between 3 to 40 deaths of I got this.
Yeah. Let's run back. I got this next time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, Hollow Knight is great. So go.
It's
play
on
it.
Game Pass for Xbox One and PC right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. What about you, Mr. Nimple?
All
Is that
right.
offensive, Nimple?
It's close. I would veto
Really
it for a
close.
title.
So speaking of death practice, went through playing Ys 8, beat the game.
Nice.
I went through to just kind of test out the final boss. Kind of half butted my process of how I normally do things, because usually I like to try to grind out and make sure all my levels are good and I have all the equipment and items that I need.
Yeah.
I just felt like I just want to see how far I am right now.
Mm-hmm.
Beat the final boss.
Great. So pretty prepared.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. And like I said, I wasn't doing any extra grinding for this. There are a lot of things that I was preparing to do to grind if I needed to.
Like side quests and dungeons and stuff.
No, like I had already done all the side quests and stuff.
Okay.
Like all that
Wait.
was left was just beating the chapter.
Okay, so you didn't know if you'd been leveled up enough, but you'd already done all the side quests and stuff. Come on.
With some
Well,
JRPGs, you don't
because-
know.
No, the side
Because
quest
with-
and stuff is always grinding.
No. With East games generally, you can do everything in the game, and you are not prepped for any boss.
Right.
So, because you're usually having to learn mechanics for the bosses, then you have to learn, weaknesses, how to do your flash guards, your flash dashes at the appropriate time, what moves you can and cannot evade, and all that.
Or it's like
So
it's like the final boss of Persona 3, where it's just gonna one-shot you anyway.
yeah.
I'm not
The
stealing
Dark Souls
from
of
it.
JRPGs.
Yeah.
I just wanted to test it out just to see, okay, what can I expect coming up? And apparently I had my A game.
Right.
So, beat the final boss, or beat the Chapter 6 boss, then you have an epilogue to go into, which has another final boss.
Haha.
Like, alright, cool. Get to the area, and luckily, before all these bosses, there's crystals throughout the games, and when you walk by one, they instantly heal your party back up to full.
Mm.
And then you can teleport back to these crystals, so if you had to leave or whatever, you can teleport back, and you're
Nice.
right there in front of the boss, so
Final
you're good to
Fantasy
go.
12.
Yeah, all games need to do that.
Yes, please.
So I went to go take on the final boss. That one took a little bit more doing, but I still managed to beat it first run.
Wow.
I was like, all right, cool.
King of JRPGs over here.
Yeah. And that one was really difficult. There is a move that the boss does where it's basically dropping a blue flame all across the battlefield, and if you do not do your flash guard when you need to, you don't dodge it, and it pretty much one-shots your entire party.
Oh, okay. So it truly
And
is
I-
Dark Souls.
Yes. And I know this because I saw him do the attack, didn't think it was going to be as big as it was, and I had an item on one of the characters where it raises your whole party if you die. It was just like a one-shot item.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay, well, it's a good thing I had that, because I wasn't
No.
expecting this.
Keep an eye out for that one next time.
Yeah. So, and luckily he doesn't spam it or anything. He usually just does it once
Right.
or twice, depending on how everything's going. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I get my true ending. I had my rep points all the way up to where they needed to be. And then I went online and I was looking to see how everyone else handled the boss. And it was nothing but complaints
Oh.
about people saying how the flame attack for the final boss was BS and they can't dodge it and all that. I was like, and I was thinking maybe they were playing it on Nightmare because everything's slightly, the sliders move a lot more on Nightmare. So I was like, okay, maybe that's what they're having issues with. No, this is on normal.
Wow.
And it's like, I don't know what game you guys are playing because it wasn't that hard.
Yeah.
And I didn't do anything extra for this.
It's your ease experience helping you out.
I guess.
I think we can relabel him from JRPG King to JRPG One Punch Man.
Yeah, exactly.
It took a lot more than one punches.
Yeah.
I get real jittery about using items in JRPGs because I'm that guy who's like, I need to save these for the final boss, and then I'm at the final boss, and I'm like, no, there may be something else coming.
Yeah, there's another form.
Yeah, exactly.
Never mind 50 elixirs. I do that with 50 base potions. I'm like, 2 hours in the game, I'm not using one potion which does 100 HP health back in case I need it for the last boss.
Exactly.
And by that point, your HP is like 6 figures wide, and it's just like, why?
Well, so I've been forcing myself to be a lot better about that, where I can actually start using items. So I had a ton of backup items. I had a ton of like foodstuffs made, dishes that would regenerate health, up your defenses, all this stuff. And I was using it as I needed, and I think that's what helped me out the most, was having like triple regeneration going. It's like, okay, I just took 1,000 damage, but I just healed up 2,000 damage in like 5 seconds, so I was good to go.
Right.
But it's not that hard. You just have to pay attention.
Well, you just have to use the systems that the game is allowing you. Like, you're talking about, you got to prep yourself with a bunch of these dishes. Like, that's the game's been telling you to use that through the last 60 hours. Like, you should be abusing that for the end boss.
Yeah, because I mean, there's even dishes in there to up your experience so that you get more experience.
Yeah, eat
that stuff, that's man. The perfect way to grind.
Yeah,
but whatever. And then I ran into this other form where people started complaining about the rep points, because for you to get, there's 3 different endings: your bad, your good, your true ending.
Mm-hmm.
The Vita, you only have to get 150 rep points for you to get the true ending.
Mm-hmm.
All other versions of the game, you need 200.
Okay.
And everyone online is just pissing and moaning. It's like, well, why does the Vita get it so much easier than everyone else? And it's like, you guys have to remember that the Vita is missing a ton of content that you guys all have. That's why your rep score has to be higher.
Yeah, it's missing a part of the game.
Yeah, but anyway, Issei, great game. Try it out. I really enjoyed it. The ending I got was bittersweet, but it's got me really hyped for Ys 9 when that comes out next year.
Yeah.
Really excited. So excited, in fact, that I went straight into Ys Origins. So, this one is based off of like the Super Nintendo versions of Ys. More like Falgana and what's the other one? Nepishtim?
I never know how to pronounce that word, but it's like Nepotism or something.
Yeah, I can't remember. But so this game takes place 700 years before the first game. Mm-hmm. So you're obviously not playing as Adol because he dies at the age of 63.
Right.
So, and I'm enjoying it, but I didn't want to get too deep into it just yet, just because there was a couple other things that I wanted to get into, game-wise. But I'm really looking forward to playing more of this, just because it's been a while since I've played this style of Ys.
Yeah.
And it just kind of feels nice to go back to older graphics with these games.
Yeah.
It's like coming home. It's a nice, warm feeling.
Yeah.
Are we talking about football?
No. So I didn't get too far into that. I beat the first boss that you get in the tower, that you get to in this tower. And it was kind of difficult because they also go back to having the old mechanics of fighting bosses from the older games. And I kind of forgot what those were. So it took me, I think, like 3 or 4 tries to beat the first boss before I realized, oh, I have to climb up his arm after I hit him so many times. And then it opens up the weak point. And yeah, so there's a lot of those kind of mechanics in this game, which is great, but kind of infuriating when you're not thinking about it properly.
Yeah, you're getting your sea legs back.
Yeah. So I bounced off that and then jumped into Legend of Heroes Trials of Cold Steel 2. I started this game a while ago and kind of left off on it once I started going back to school. Mm-hmm. I'm playing it on the Vita right now, and I'm towards the end of the game.
Okay.
All my characters are level 90 plus, and this game's got some weird difficulty spikes where you'll go into this dungeon and you're basically whomping on everything. The cool thing is about this game is that it has it where the enemies actually run away from you if your level's too high.
Yeah,
so then you have to kind of chase. Yeah, then you have to chase them to beat them down.
Yeah.
But then you go into the next area, and all of a sudden, it's like you're just getting your butt kicked.
Right.
If you're not paying attention.
Hmm.
And I don't know, the first one was a lot like this too, where you would feel like you were at the level and the equipment that you needed, and then all of a sudden you walk into the next area, and you're like, I'm not prepared for this at all.
Yeah, like, oh, you're only level 90? Pfft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to go through and I got to try to figure out what's going on. It's not that hard when you use the game's mechanics, because this one has, much like the Persona series, where you've got, the weaknesses that you're working with.
Right.
The boost, overdrives, your ultimate abilities and all that stuff, and you can stun lock enemies. So, I mean, if you use all that correctly, it's not as bad, but I'm just kind of getting to the point where there's certain enemies where I'm just not doing a whole lot of damage to, and I can't stun lock them fast enough before their next round comes around.
Right.
So, but even then, they're not doing a ton of damage. The only thing that sucks is that they have the... God, what do they call it? It's like with Final Fantasy X, the battle system where they had everyone in a line, basically. And
like a turn system?
Yeah, and you can see, who has what turn and, where the enemy's turn is and all that. Well, they add another mechanic where every once in a while there'll be an icon next to just a random person. Doesn't matter if it's enemy or if it's, one of your party members. And when that turn comes up, you're either doing extra critical damage, you're 100% going to critical, you gain health, you gain SP, all that stuff. Every once in a while, the game throws in there a one-shot kill.
Oh.
And if an enemy gets that, and they do an AoE attack, and it hits everybody, it's a one-shot kill.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's no good.
It's great when it comes up on a boss, and you're the party that has it.
Right.
But yeah.
Every other time, not so good.
And luckily, it doesn't come up that much. I think I've seen it probably a handful of times playing this game as long as I have. Mm-hmm. But it's a real pain in the butt when you're not paying attention, and all of a sudden you realize, hey, this guy's up, and he's got a purple skull next to him, and oh, crap.
Game over. Yikes.
So, yeah. Trials of Cold Steel 2. I don't know.
It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's the story is nothing great, but it's kind of fun to just run around and beat things up and just kind of see where it's at. Since I did play the first game, a lot of my stuff transferred over.
Right.
And they kind of have like this side romance thing going on, because you're playing as a bunch of high schoolers who are going to a military academy. And guess what, guys? They're the only ones that can save the world.
Shocking.
I know, right? And one guy has a mech.
Of course.
Yeah, why not?
He'll be the bad guy in the third one, probably. Oh,
yeah,
no,
and he's
the evil guy with the mech is the bad guy.
He's also the guy who dropped out of whatever swordsman school thing that he was going through, but he's like this prodigy or some... It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's one of those games.
His name is like Bad Guy Darkblade. It's like, how could he turn on us?
So yeah,
the Darkblade clan.
More that I'm playing it because it's just fun to womp on things, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Next game that I played, No Man's Sky.
Me too.
No Man's Sky Beyond?
Yes.
Not
2.0.
to steal Greg Miller's catchphrase or anything.
Well, it's 2.2, 2.3 now.
Yeah, it's
2.03.
It had a little bit of a rocky launch for like 18 hours.
Yeah, and so to be fair, they are still actively supporting all the issues that this patch that happened because of this patch.
They've been patching very quickly.
Yeah, which honestly, I have not seen a lot of the issues that everyone else has, and neither has my son. Mm-hmm. The patch itself, I haven't messed with. I've got them downloaded, but I haven't turned it back on since I did the initial download of the big patch. Mm-hmm. The game looks great.
Yeah.
They added a bunch of plants and new animals to planets. The grass looks grassier.
Yeah, like I think on my PS4 Pro, I played in 1080. I don't like the frame rate inconsistencies in 4K. I like it 60 frames on 1080. I think it looks better and runs better largely.
Yeah, they added like just a ton of detail. The planets are more detailed. The ships, they scaled the ships.
Yeah, ships are much bigger now.
Yeah, they've added tons of details to the ships. My son has one that looks like an X-wing,
nice.
which is why he's flying it.
You can look around in the cockpit now, and you can see the whole thing is fully modeled.
They like even just looking at the outside of the ship, I mean, they put so much extra detail into them. I mean, it's not Elite Dangerous detail, but for this game, it's detail, and it looks really nice. They fixed a lot of bugs that I was having.
Yep.
But yeah, the game looks great.
Are you playing on normal or creative?
Playing on normal, survival, whatever they call it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only issue that I have is that they completely screwed my base.
Interesting.
Because they added a power grid system.
Right.
Oh,
which is fine.
Yeah.
The issue is that they did not take into account people who already had built really big bases, like me and my son, and thousands of other people.
So this is a bit like loading into SimCity 2000, like one of those challenges on like the SNES version or whatever, where it's just like the city has no power.
Yeah, your whole city is dead.
So when I loaded up the game, the first thing that you have to do is you have to get a power generator, and the first one that you can get is a biofuel generator. It can only put out a certain amount of kilowatts per minute.
You put some French fry oil in there. It smells real good.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, okay, cool. It's walking you through the tutorial of, this is what you need to build. This is how you get this, blah, blah, blah. The problem is, though, they don't give you the very basic power generator. You have to have salvage data for it.
Oh, okay.
So, and you only need one.
Sure.
I'm like, all right, cool. So I turn around from my base computer to go into my storage units, and I can't get to my storage units because they need power now.
Oh, no.
So I am completely locked out of all of my items now because everything's in my storage units.
Great.
Okay, and then I kind of had a slight panic attack because before I turned around, I'm like running through my mind. It's like, okay, if storage units don't have power, my portal probably doesn't have power.
Oh, no.
Main computer probably doesn't have power.
Right.
My exo vehicle might still be good.
I'm trapped on this planet.
Yeah, my farms should probably not have power either. And then I turn around, all that stuff. Nothing has power. The only thing that works, luckily my exo vehicle works. The pad doesn't, but the vehicle does, which is fine. And the extractor, because I had a large extractor that has basically a built-in generator in it, so you don't have to worry about feeding it power.
Right.
So that runs just fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I was trying to remember, it's like, all right, there's two ways you can get salvage data. You either have to actually find it, dig it up from underground, and it's basically just like a hidden chest. You can find it when you scan the planet, and then you go through your visor, and it'll ping it, and all that fun stuff. Or you can buy it, usually off of the Galactic Net.
Yeah.
Well, I can't use my market console because it needs power.
Mm-hmm.
And I scanned the area around my base, and I don't see anything popping up.
And there's no, crashed landing pads or anything, like the little boosters, yeah.
So I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to get in my ship. I'm going to fly to the space station. I'm going to use theirs.
Right.
I swear to God, that should work. So I get in my ship. My ship tells me that I have no more thruster fuel after I lift off. So I'm like, all right, this is going to be a two-way trip there and back.
Right, this is the last trip I'm going to take.
Yeah, because everything is in my supply stuff.
Aha.
So warp to the station, get there fine. Everything there's still fine. They, updated the graphics and that. So everything in there looks great. They added some extra stairs so you can run around and look. Neither of their networks had salvage data for sale.
No.
I'm like, okay. It's like, well, I gotta fly back to the planet because if worse comes to worse, I'll figure it out from my base. I had just enough fuel energy to get back to my planet and land. So this was going sideways really fast.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, fine, I will get my exo vehicle and I will travel around this planet and I will find my one salvage data that I need.
I'll just find something.
Yeah, to get this stupid thing unlocked so that I can power something and get back to work. So about 2 hours later, I finally find one of these stupid chests. Finally gives me one salvage data.
All right.
Drive all the way back to my base. I make this thing. I got, I was picking up material while I was driving around because I knew that you needed like metal shielding or something, a couple other things. So I picked everything up as I was looking for this anyway. That way I had everything ready to go as soon as I got the blueprint. Get the blueprint, build it, put it down. Like, all right, now what do I do?
Right.
So it takes carbon, which isn't an issue. The planet I'm on is full of carbon. Go get some carbon. And I'm like, how do I wire things up?
Right, how do I connect to the two things?
Yeah, and I'm looking at my build map, and I don't have a thing for wiring. Like, I swear, if I have to find another salvage chest to be able to unlock the blueprint so that I could start making wires, I am just going to flip this thing.
Right.
Luckily, they give it to you for free.
Oh, thank God.
Like, all right, cool. I've got wires now. So, plop down the generator next to my portal, hook it up to my portal, and I was just kind of doing a test run just to see how everything runs. Throw some carbon into my generator. It powers on my portal. Yay. Nice. There's no off switch on the generator.
Okay.
So it runs constantly.
So you have to keep fueling it.
Uh-huh. So if you warp out and your generator dies before you warp back, you're not going to portal back because your portal doesn't have energy.
Aha.
Luckily, I thought of this before doing it.
Right.
So they have another power grid that you can make where it's all solar power, and they do give you batteries.
Oh, good. Okay.
The problem is that to do the solar power, I think it was like 10 more salvage units, and to do batteries, it was like 6 more or something like that.
Right.
And that's when I was like, all right, I'm done. I can't think right now.
Not dealing with this right now.
Yeah, this is not what I jumped back into the game. So the system itself, if you pick this game up, will work fine for you. It's really not you're not going to have the problem that I'm having. The problem is just that for the rest of us who already built these big bases, it really just cut us off at the knees.
Yeah.
Because we can't get to any of the stuff that we collected now. We have to basically start from scratch to build up to a point so that we can start getting back, the stuff that we had already built up.
Back into your buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the other thing, too, because people online, I was reading, you can have automatic doors on your bases. So you walk up, it opens, you walk through, and it closes. People are hooking up generators to their bases, and their doors aren't opening.
Oh.
Even though they have power.
Wow.
Other people, not all of their storage units are powering up, even though they have everything linked up properly.
Right. All these early bugs in these big patches.
Other people are having problems where they built bases so big that they don't have the necessary base memory to have as many solar panels as they need to have their entire base back up online.
Right.
Interesting. So like I said, if you're starting out new, it's not going to so much be a problem for you. It's the rest of us.
Yeah.
Which really sucks. So.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why when I fired it up, I had seen, I wasn't able to start it when the patch just came out. I was playing later that day, and the majority of the stuff I was seeing with people on PS4 is, I loaded my save, I got off the planet, it crashed. And I can repeat this. So it wasn't loading my old save. I was starting a new save because they said they redid the tutorial completely. And I was like, cool. I want to see this because we've talked about it so much on the show, that is the weakest point of No Man's Sky is, welcome to No Man's Sky, this planet will kill you in 30 seconds, good luck.
Yep.
And it will.
So I started a brand new game. It started me on a hot planet, not a supernova planet. It wasn't going to kill me. It would probably take like 15 minutes to kill me. There's no acid rain, there's no angry sentinels, nothing. It's just, this planet is hot, we're going to teach you about the elemental shielding, but it's definitely not going to kill you. The tutorial is so much better now because they lock you out of 99% of the stuff you can do in the game, and they start doling it out very quick but very small chunks. Like, welcome to the game. Here's your health. Here's your shields. Keep an eye on both of those. Now we need to recharge one of your shields, so go find something that has carbon in it. Hit this button to shoot your gun at it. It'll scoop up the stuff. Here's all the highlighted stuff in the interface to recharge your shields. Cool. Now you've got that. We put a ping on your map to go find the ship. Let's go over there. And they teach you how to do that. Once you get your ship, they start teaching you how to repair it and get in your inventory and start crafting stuff. And they start doling out crafting blueprints as you go and stuff like that. So it's so much better because it's not just, here's your inventory, 50 million things. It's very, very slow on how to get you into the game and how to start that. So 100% better than it used to be. I'm really, really happy about it so far.
Well, say, and they've done a lot of other improvements too to help make survivability better because they've increased your inventory, not your inventory slots, but if you have, let's say, like oxygen, it used to be you can only carry 250 oxygen across the board. They increased that, I don't know by how much, but from everything I was reading online, everyone's like, they've increased it way beyond 1,000.
It's like, if I remember correctly from what I was reading, it's 25,000.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
if you have 25,000 of oxygen, you don't worry about oxygen anymore.
Yeah, like you can hold all of it in the universe. Like and that's great. I think that's the right choice. They
did a lot of good things with this update that is great for older players and newer players coming into it. It's just this one little oversight that they screwed up.
Yeah, it's like, it's one of those things like you want them to be very clear up front saying, these are going to change. If you can, the patch is coming, maybe you want to pull some of this stuff out of your inventory to be prepared. Like, here's the production chain for how this works. Make sure you get all your materials set before you go. Because, like you were talking about with inventory limits, you weren't going to carry this stuff on you because you didn't have the space to carry it before. You were going to shove it in a locker somewhere because you didn't need it all the time.
I've got 10 containers that have 5 slots in them each, so that's 500 inventory spots, assuming my math is correct. My suit only has like 20 slots on it.
Right.
So that was why I had to build those containers, and even my ship, I think my ship only had like 16. So you needed those containers because you can't carry all this crap that you need.
Yeah, you're like shoving oxygen in this one container. It's like, I'll need you some point. I can't hold you.
So they've made a lot of improvements that were needed.
Yeah.
They just bungled this one thing. I'm hoping that they find a way to kind of meet us halfway. I don't know what that is right now.
When you load up, put a couple of things in your inventory.
Well, and the weird thing is I don't even understand why the storage units need power to begin with. Because there's nothing... It's literally a giant block that you drop. Right. And you just shove stuff into it. The portal... Okay, I understand. Yeah, that's a massive amount of energy.
I got you.
Yeah. So it's like I would have been fine with that. And I would have been even more fine with it because I would have been able to access all my materials to build up all these generators that I needed anyway. So
I wonder if that was a bug.
I don't know. Yeah. I just know that it's just causing issues. But so I've been, kind of waiting with that. I was going to try the VR, but I'm going to wait.
wait for some of this stuff to get smoothed out. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I would say that if you've been looking at No Man's Sky coming into it brand new, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, tutorial's way better. It's in a good spot. There's a lot of stuff to do now.
Yeah, if you're like me and you built a lot of stuff across the galaxy and you got portals everywhere, maybe wait a couple more patches to see if they fix some of these issues.
Yeah, give it a couple more days. Yeah.
So yeah, that's No Man's Sky. The next game that I played was Octopath Travelers.
Yeah.
Because I stole my Switch back from the living room, so that way I could play this. because I did not get very far in it when I bought it.
How many characters do you have unlocked?
Right now I have 4 unlocked.
Okay.
I started with the Scholar. I've got the Cleric, the Hunter, and the Thief.
Okay.
So I wanted the Scholar first because of his magic abilities. Basically a black mage. Mm-hmm. And this game does a lot with weapon weaknesses, elemental weaknesses, that kind of stuff. So I kind of wanted him just to start out for having a well-rounded, ability to hit things as I needed to.
Yeah, because for anyone that hasn't played it, the very first character you pick, you cannot get them out of your party. The other 3 you can, but not the first person.
Well, and I also picked him too because of his secondary ability in the world is he can scrutinize people. And so you go around through towns talking to people, and you can hit Y, do scrutinize. And when you scrutinize someone, they've got a rep system in the game for each town. Haven't really messed with it at all. I just know it's there. But some people, when you scrutinize them, depending on what information they have, depends on your percentage of success. Mm-hmm. So in pretty much all of the towns that I've been to already, I get to stay at the inn for free because of save scumming. I went through and scrutinized somebody. They gave me the information on how to sleep at the inn for free, so now I don't have to pay, which is great because items in this game are kind of expensive and you don't make a whole lot of money.
Yeah, it is. The beginning, it's funny because the beginning you're like, all right, I have 200 gold, like I'm really good. And you'll look at a weapon, it's like it's 8,000. It's like, okay, I'm not sure what's happening here.
Yeah, so from there I got the Cleric because I already in my mind had figured out how I wanted to go about this. I wanted to get all of my support characters first and then get the main fighting force afterwards. Mm-hmm. That way I was ready to just roll with them. The Cleric has the ability where you can go up to anybody in a town and they will start following you, and then you can summon them and they will fight with her in battle, which is great. It's been really useful. The Hunter... she has an ability where it's basically like the what is that? The Green Mage or whatever, where you can capture enemies and you summon them, have them fight with you and all that stuff.
Yep.
And then the Thief, which is kind of funny, is you can go through town and just steal stuff from people.
Yeah, it's really handy. Like you can just loot anybody.
And surprisingly, I have not come across him having anything lower than 100% success rate on stealing.
And a lot of the stuff he can steal is not only really good equipment, but a lot of times it's like, oh, someone's carrying an heirloom ring that I could sell at the shop for like 10,000 gold.
Yep, or you get a ton of support items that you need, or,
really good.
So it's interesting how I've managed to kind of game the system into letting me get free stuff without really putting in a whole lot of effort into it.
Yeah.
So right now I just got to the town where I think it's the fighter that I'm going to be getting next.
His skill is really good because he basically challenges people in town to fight. And if you beat them up, usually they're guarding like a house or a chest or something, is beat the crap out of them and like push them away and break into their house. It's really great.
So I just gotta finish getting the remaining 4, and then I can continue on to chapter 2 and do all the other stuff. But I mean, I'm really enjoying the game.
Yeah.
I just found out too that I can swap the different weapon damage types that a character does after playing the game for like 16 hours. Because my 2 support, my Scholar and my Priestess or Cleric, they only use stabs.
Right.
So you can't change them. So I never really noticed it. And then I had my Hunter and my Thief, and I accidentally hit, I think it was like the right button on the D-pad, and all of a sudden I noticed that my Thief went from using a dagger to using a sword.
Yep.
And I knew that I gave him a sword, but I figured he was using it the old Final Fantasy, 3-way, where it's like, okay, he's got a dagger and a sword, and he's attacking with both when he goes up and attacks.
Dual wield, yeah.
Yeah. No.
No.
Apparently, when you give them 2 weapons, you can switch the damage type, and that'll help with stun locking and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, breaking, yeah.
Yeah, so the game's pretty fun. Still learning a lot about it.
Yeah, don't forget you can, once you start unlocking party member skills, you can share those between party members too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've started getting way deep into
some real Final Fantasy V business.
Yes. Next game that I played was Anthem. Yeah. Which really fits in with the standard of trying to play something from this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did play the demo when that came out, that hot wreck of a mess, which was the main reason why I did not buy the game when it first came out.
Yeah.
I got it from Target this past weekend for $20. They still had a bunch of like the Legion, was it Dawn of Legion or whatever,
something
first
like that,
day editions, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool, grab one of those, why not? And I really enjoy playing this game.
Yeah.
It feels a lot like Destiny, a lot like Halo. I mean, it just feels good to play a shooter.
Yeah.
Yep.
It still suffers from a ton of bugs and glitches, though.
Yeah.
Which, for a game that's been out since February, is really insane, especially since this was supposed to be a AAA game.
Yeah, it has received very few patches.
Yeah, like the bartender, Max, that you go talk to, her top teeth are not situated with her upper mouth, so when she talks, her top teeth don't move, but her bottom teeth do.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Random pop-ins with NPC. God, I cannot talk. NPCs at the home base, like just the social hub area.
Yep.
Where I walked through a door leading me back to the main area, and all of a sudden I see like all the NPCs just like get hurled back to their starting spots. Like someone just had them on a rope and yanked everybody back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck is that? I had another issue where I went into their... there's another area that you can go into where you're still in your Javelin, but you can still meet up with other people and get to all the shops and stuff.
Oh, don't go to the social hub. The social hub is a hot mess.
Yeah, because when I went in there, lost 2 of my main weapons.
Yep.
Because of a bug. So, luckily, though, I exited the game, went back into the game, got my stuff back.
Right.
But, I mean, what the heck?
Yeah, Anthem is... I don't want to... I'm not going to talk about Anthem, really, because I don't think Anthem did any single thing correct.
No. Like, lip syncing doesn't even exist in this game.
No. I don't think it's a good game. I don't think the shooting is good. I don't think the flying is good. I don't think that there is a single facet of that game that is good.
But I don't know what it is, but there's something about it that I've enjoyed. Like, I played it all last night. Just checking around, flying around, just doing random crap.
I think $20 is the right price to at least experience it, because I think it's a game that I think people should play, because if it clicks with you, I think that's great, and I think it clicks with a lot of people. It just click with
that's
me.
Kind of the thing too. If I had paid $60 for this game, I would be pissed.
I'm still upset as someone who bought the Legion of Dawn edition.
So, yeah, I don't know why they released this game. I mean, it's still a hot mess.
I mean, they just came out with that big patch for Cataclysm, I think they're calling it. It's like their big first event, which I think is an end game thing, so I don't think you'll be running into it. But
I can get... They do have a spot in the social hub that you can just go to it and you skip basically all of the game story and just go right into that. And you can go back too, but it warns you when you go there. It's like, hey, this is going to spoil a lot of stuff with the story.
Right, we're going to show you the ending, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can start it right off the bat.
Cool, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, this should have been a lot better. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's really sad.
Waiting for the Jason Schreier book all about Anthem.
Yeah. And then the last game that I played, which is never a disappointment, only played it for an hour, Elite Dangerous.
Yeah. As soon as you said never a disappointment, I was like, well, he's only talking about one game.
Yeah. So after after playing No Man's Sky, I needed my space fix.
Yeah, got the Elite Dangerous itch.
Yeah, so I busted out the HOTAS, grabbed a bunch of missions, and I hard set it for an hour. So I grabbed pretty much everything in one system, hit all 12 planets and 3 stations in an hour.
Wow.
Like, all right, that's good for right now.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I've already got my elite in trading, and so you know how to efficiently hit ports fast and hard.
Yep.
So I started working on my exploration as well. I think I'm on like 4% of the final bar that I need to hit elite, and then I got to start working on combat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, I almost took a bunch of tourists because I know that's a good way to get money and to start, doing your exploration ranking.
Yep.
But I knew it was going to take me more than an hour to probably do 2 of them.
Yeah, just because the tourists like, oh, take me to this beacon and that beacon, and they're like, I love the ridiculous ones. Like the ones that insist I'm not too bad, but the ridiculous ones are my favorite. Where it's like, oh, I'm on a tourist mission. I want to go halfway to the center of the universe to see one beacon. So take me there.
Here's 2 million credits. It's like, no.
No thanks, I'm good.
Add like 2 more zeros to that, please.
Yeah.
My favorite thing with some of those tourist missions is that you get random requests depending on how long the mission is. So you'll get where it's like, hey, we're having a party back here. Can you stop and pick up 2 non-lethal handguns?
Yep.
It's like,
what kind of party are you having in my ship?
Yeah, like, I'm not one to ask questions, but...
Yep.
There was one when I grabbed some trade missions. There was one for riot armor. Yeah, riot reactive armor, and then another one for firearms. And one was going to a space station, and the other was going planet side. And I was like, oh yeah, fueling the revolution.
Yeah.
Yep. My favorite one I've ever got when doing a tourist mission was for indentured servants.
Oh, yikes.
Just pick me up 2 of them on the way, please. It's like,
Don't think so.
I'm okay, thanks.
Yeah, for the most part, I just skip them because the payout's never any good on them anyway. I think I had one time where a payout was pretty decent, and I happened to be in the area that I knew had the stuff. I'm like, yeah, screw it, why not?
Yeah.
But, yeah, so Elite Dangerous is still going strong. And that's all I've played today. Or this past week, whatever.
I got all that in today.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I didn't have a ton of time to play stuff this week, but the first game I played this week was Glass Masquerade Origins. I have to give big props to Late Elf from the community for recommending this on Discord. This is a puzzle game, like a jigsaw puzzle game, but you're building stained glass clocks. So you have this constraint where it's not just like a rectangle. There are all these weird shapes, and you're sort of putting them in weird spots all around this clock, and you're building a stained glass clock for each country in the world, basically, and it's always themed for that country in the world.
Can we give this the nickname Pig Clocks?
Heyo. It was on sale for $6 this week. I think that's why Late Elf recommended it. It has been really great. I think I'm the majority of the way through the game, and I am having a lot of fun. The music is super chill. The puzzles are challenging enough, but not impossible. It controls really well. Since the clocks are irregularly shaped, you can turn on hint pieces at the beginning where the clocks will have these sort of tiny rings around the edge of it, and there will be pieces that have rings on there, so you can sort of match up maybe 4 or 6 pieces to get you started. It's just really good. It's just a really good puzzle game, and I think
do the orientation of the pieces change, or is it in the orientation that it starts at?
It's in the orientation it starts at. So it's a pretty simple controlling game. It's not like Puzzle Arcade where it's, you can change it 4 or 8 different ways. So it's a little bit more straightforward than that, but it's It's really good.
You're not jumping to the 5th dimension with this one?
No, sadly. I'm still looking for that Puzzle Arcade replacement. You know, I thought 4K Puzzle Showdown on PS4 would be that, and it wasn't really there. It's gotta have those fractal puzzles, man.
Oh, dude,
That's the business.
If they make a 4K fractal puzzle game that literally takes up the entirety of your TV screen,
Yeah, I'm done.
that would be insane.
Yeah.
It'd be better in VR.
God, I mean,
That
you
way you
almost
could
have
look
to at this point.
around.
Yeah, use the move controllers. Yeah.
Oh,
Good.
you've seen those puzzles that are like globes and stuff. Imagine a puzzle like that, but from the inside of the globe, where
That's
you build
right.
it around you, like all the way.
It'd be so good.
Like you're inside of a puzzle globe.
These are
and then
free
you can,
ideas, VR
and
developers.
you can move to actually spin it around and rotate the globe all around you.
Yep. I like it. So, yeah, that Glass Masquerade Origins doesn't have any of that, but it is very good. So go check that out. We were talking about No Man's Sky. I put a little bit of time today. I did one run of Risk of Rain 2, because we've been talking about Risk of Rain and We Rogue Like It, and I have expressed my disdain for Risk of Rain 2. And I realized I haven't played it in a couple of months, and they've been patching the hell out of it. So I thought, I might as well go back to it. I had like 45 minutes before the show today. Risk of Rain 2 finally feels good. It finally...
No, don't say that, please.
It finally feels like Risk of Rain 1 does. Obviously, it's in 3D, so it's a significantly different game, but the progression feels the same. I'm playing on an easy, obviously, because I had like one unlock, which is like, you died your first time.
Hold on. We don't get to say I'm playing on easy, obviously,
Yeah.
when it comes to talking about Risk of Rain.
Risk of
Please.
Rain 1, listen to We Rogue Like It, Risk of Rain 1 has some communication problems.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, but I only had like one item unlocked, which is like, you died the first time, so here's Lens Maker's glasses. It's like, okay, cool. I made it the majority of the way through my first run. I activated and completed the first 3 teleporters, so I made it to the 4th map. I also found a secret gold teleporter, which took me to like a super hard boss fight, which was really great, and I got an item when I killed it that anytime I activated the teleporter after that, spawned that boss on my side. So I just have this giant 50-foot stone golem fighting for me, which
Okay.
was really good.
So apparently Risk of Rain 2 better than Risk of Rain 1 now.
I think part of what makes me happy about Risk of Rain 2 now is it feels more like playing Risk of Rain 1. Like the movement is starting to feel better. The abilities, I forgot to close the window. The abilities feel so much better. Of course, you only have the commando when you're starting out. He has the roll move. He has the one single blast move.
How does that roll move work in first person? Does it spin the
It's third
camera
person.
around? It's third person.
Yeah, so
Okay.
like you can roll in any direction, which feels really great if you're like rolling back into the side. He has the little like bap 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 sort of akimbo thing, which still works akimbo, which is really great. I'm excited because it's starting to feel like a Risk of Rain sequel. Like there's that unexplainable feel about a game. Like if there was ever a sequel to Isaac, I would expect it to feel like an Isaac game in a way that I can't put my finger on.
Mm-hmm.
Risk of Rain 2 is starting to feel like that, which is really great. And there's a whole bunch of stuff in the game that they've added that I don't necessarily have unlocked because I haven't really been playing it, but I feel like I can start putting a little bit of time into it now, which is really great. And unlike Risk of Rain 1, seeing all of your items hanging off of your character is really great. Like the ukulele is on his back. He's got the watchmaker's glasses on his face. Like he's got the rocket pod on his back. Yeah, it's like it's very much the Isaac thing, which Risk of Rain 1 tried to do, but a lot of it was like around your character there'd be symbols. Yeah, which started to get a little bit cluttered, but
yeah, because I've got these 6 things, circles all around the characters. Like, I don't know what each of these circles mean, and there's a crosshair through it 7 different directions.
Yeah, you've got a dice hanging above your head, and it's just like, okay. So, very happy Risk of Rain 2 is starting to come back together, and I'm hoping to. I would like to play it multiplayer at some point. I think T-Bomb Rocks has offered to play some multiplayer. I've got to do that at some point just to see how that's come along. But two thumbs up so far, feeling great. And lastly, I finished Doom 2016. I had like 45 minutes left. Like, I was
of course you did.
The last 3 chapters of that game moved super quickly. I'm not going to spoil it because I know Nimp, you want to go play it. Olivia Pierce's last line in the game was really good. And then the final boss was perfect. I really wanted to see them bring that boss back, especially after bringing the previous boss in. Like, those are the 2 famous Doom 1, Doom 2 bosses, and for them to have that boss as the final one was chef's kiss. Like, that's the perfect final boss. Doom 2016 is really great. The ending of that was good. I was playing it on super easy, so a lot of that was like rushing up to the boss and just like blat 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 with the super shotgun, which feels really great. I
did download Doom, but I didn't get very far because as soon as I did, my daughter came running in.
Right,
I was like,
that's 100% not a kid game.
Yeah,
no, I know.
For some reason, my kid didn't really care about Doom, which is really great. She was interested in literally anything else, so it's great because I don't have to explain a glory kill to her, it's very nice.
They weren't interested in it. They were just like, "Oh, Daddy's in his room playing something. What's going on?"
Right? It's like, nothing. Close the door. Yeah.
Don't watch me.
So I did go back and play through the first level to get all the secrets because I wanted to see how the first level played with the double jump and all your weapons and stuff like that. I did go through and I got all the secrets. I had to look up the 3rd secret in the game, which is the hidden lever to open up Doom 2's E1M1, which was really good, turning that corner and seeing Doom 2's graphics in Doom 2016, and that was really good.
I also love the fact that, like, when you pull that switch, you know what that switch is for because it plays the MIDI version of the music. Like, you pull a switch and it opens the door and it does the doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, where is this? I need to go find this.
And speaking of E1M1's music, the version of E1M1 over the credits was really good. And the credits were really good too. Doom 2016 is really good. And I have already pre-ordered Doom Eternal. And I don't know if you guys saw the new gameplay trailer that came out this week.
Nope. I am officially on blackout.
Oh god, that looks so good. I cannot wait to play it. Comes out late November. We'll probably have like a week and a half to play it before we do top 10, but
I'm gonna try.
So excited. I'm definitely gonna play that on super. What is it? Don't Hurt Me, Daddy is the lowest difficulty, something like that.
I think that's the wolf version, but yes,
that is the wolf version. Yeah, where you have the bonnet and the pacifier.
Yes,
which I always enjoy. But yeah, go play Doom 2016. It is still really good. I'm glad I finished it before Doom Eternal comes out, so I can just pre-order Doom Eternal, and I can get more of my money. I'm super excited about that. And boy, the ending of Doom 2016 was really good.
Yep, real good.
Man, and I would try to go through and like get all the collectibles and get all the secrets and do a lot of the rune challenges and stuff like that, but I'd rather not burn myself out when the second one is coming so soon. I'd rather do that stuff in the second one and really dive into that one. So
yeah,
not really gonna be playing Doom 2016 much more, if at all. Also because it takes up like 150 gigs on my hard drive, and I would like that space back.
It's a stupid big file.
Yeah, Destiny 2 Shadowkeep is coming out, and that already takes up 165 gigs, and it's just gonna get bigger. So
great.
Gotta trade one problem for another.
All
right, but we've been recording for a really long time, so let's take a break.
Oh, wow.
Yep. I need to run the bathroom and also get out of this sweatbox.
Okay. I need to find my case for... what is it? Bloodstained. Where are you? I don't see. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Hi, everyone in chat. I'm just gonna get my case for Bloodstained here real quick. It says downstairs. It's a disc without a case, which is always a major problem. There it is. Bloodstained. Can't see it. There we go. And there's a piece of plastic on the floor. Sheesh. Alright. Let's get set back up here. And while my two compatriots are gone, might as well check news stories. Apologies to patrons. They're hearing me just walk around the room. Okay. Here are your 2019 Pokemon World Champions. Was that the trading card game or Pokemon trading card? Okay. And Pokken. Pokken? Pokken? Pokke. Nope. Nope. Guide a colony of chubby pals through life in Sprouts. Sprouts is a really great game name. Okay. I don't even have any good cats to look at in the background. Man. Apologies if anyone was hearing the stuff out the window. Somebody's saying, looks like Yakuza 3 PS4 is making its way to the West. No kidding. I don't know why it wouldn't at this point. Hey, the Nip is back.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Always glad to be back.
What time is it? 4:15. Yikes.
No, it is 7:11.
We will rocket through the end of this show as soon as Moon comes back.
That's fine. Did you send me the show notes?
I did not. 1 second. There you go. Oh, there is a cat up there.
She just came in.
Oh, okay.
She's
And
all
there's a
mad
cat
at
over on
me.
Moon's.
Yeah. As soon as I opened the door, she like made a beeline from the living room to my room.
Just wants to hang out in that cool cat tree.
Yep. Really? God fucking. Damn it.
Welcome back, Moon.
Thank you. I mean, just rolling over every single fucking wire I've got.
Alright, let me know when you guys are ready so we can just sort of knock the rest of this out since we've been recording for a real long time.
I'm good to go.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
Hotbox it.
Unfortunately, there's no new news stories.
No, I was trying to make sure that little shithead was okay, but I don't know if you can see him.
I can see him a little bit. There he is. A little loaf.
Ugh.
Yeah, we're already halfway through August, too.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we're almost at the tail end already. Jeez.
Yep. Right, ready when you guys are.
Alright, starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's talk releases for the week of August 19th, 2019. Rad comes out for PC, Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. This is Double Fine's new roguelike, which has been getting a surprisingly lukewarm response, which I wasn't expecting. So, it's on our We Roguelike It list, so I guess we'll play it
when we get to it.
10 years when it comes up on the list.
Yep.
Or knowing Boston's luck next week.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right. Luck is the important word. There have been accusations thrown at me in the past about fixing
Not accusations,
races.
just inquiries to wanting to know the truth.
That's right. There was a panel. There's questioning.
Yes.
Your Honor. Remnant from the Ashes comes out PC, PS4, and Xbox One. This is a third-person survival multiplayer 4-player co-op Souls-like. And
that's a mouthful.
I usually don't toss Souls-like in here, but it pretty much has Estus flasks and everything. So, very, very much a Souls-like. So, people are pretty pumped about this game so far. From some people that have been playing it sort of pre-release. So, maybe one to watch if you're looking for a new co-op game to play. And you're already done with that rat game too.
Yep.
Chapter 2. Ononaki comes out for PC, Switch, and PS4. This is Square Enix's new demon hunting game thing.
Sure.
Musim really liked it when he was talking about the demo on last month's PUP. So I have downloaded the demo. I haven't tried it yet. I want to do that soon. Your demo progress carries over in the full game. So go try
that's not bad.
Yep. And lastly, Killer Queen Black comes out on the Switch. This is the home version of the famous arcade cabinet. It's coming home for you to play some local Killer Queen. I think they changed it a little bit since it isn't on a arcade cabinet, but I can't speak to what they changed specifically. So, moving on to news stories. Forza Motorsport 6 to be delisted next month. As it goes with car licenses, this is another Forza game that's getting delisted, like everything up till this point except for Forza Horizon 3 and 4. It's part of this month's Games with Gold. It's available right now. You can get that for free. And so there was a DLC pack before that was $100 for literally every extra car in the game. That's now $5. So if you want literally everything Forza Motorsport 6, sorry, not Forza Horizon 6, it will be there in like 6 more months. You can now get it for $5, which I did because I feel like $5 is probably okay for that game, and they removed the loot boxes, so you're okay. So, and hopefully, the forwards compatibility stuff Microsoft is hoping to do for Scarlet means that day one on Scarlet you'll have a cool racing game to play.
Come on, it's Forza. Day one on Scarlet you'll have a new cool racing game to play.
Forza 7.5, yeah. Check
out these tires.
Yeah, so good. Halo Infinite's creative director leaves the company. This normally wouldn't be news on an upcoming game. You know, the BioWare announced the Dragon Age. Dragon Age Next, Dragon Age 5. One of their lead designers left this week as well. That's not unsurprising. The thing that's a little bit different about Tim Longo leaving 343 Industries was reports from employees in the studio say that he got moved into a new position suddenly weeks ago, and then very suddenly decided to up and leave this week.
I'm curious if this is a case of, because there's a whole, let's face it, number one, the scaremongering. Lead designers left the game.
Right. Oh my god, Halo Infinite's destroyed. The one person working on Scarlet launch title Halo Infinite left.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's going to be all that stuff, whatever. I will judge the game when it comes out the same as I do with every single other game that I play.
Yep.
But people also need to think that maybe this is a case of he is a creative lead. Ideally, by this point in time, that game should have all of its story, campaign stuff nailed down plot-wise. Sure. Now it's just about development of it.
Yep.
Fine, whatever. Maybe he says to them, "Oh, I've got an offer from a different company that once this game is out, I want to go and move over to that company." He says that to his management. Management move him to a new position to get him off the tech side of things, so he doesn't see anything that he might take to the new company. He decides that's fine. I'm not going to do anything here, and leaves.
And it could have also been one of those yearly review things that we've all been a part of, where it's like, look, you're a valued member of the team. We really respect your hard work and your dedication. I'm going to move you into a new position where you don't have any responsibilities, you don't have any staff underneath you, but you're doing really great work. Congratulations. And a couple weeks later, you're like, this sucks, dude. I'm out of here. screw you guys, I'm not doing this. So yeah, I wanted to talk about this because this happens a lot in games. He could have finished the creative director stuff, and they wanted to move him on to the next project, and maybe they were making Halo Wars 3, and he's like, I don't want to do that. Like, you voluntold me to creative direct this next thing, and I don't want to, so I'll go to Obsidian.
Yep.
Something like that. So yeah, Scarlet isn't coming out until holiday 2020. There's still plenty of time for Halo Infinite's development, so Halo Infinite will be fine. Microsoft isn't gonna just let Halo Infinite not be the best game that 343 can put out for a console launch.
Mm-hmm.
You don't take that risk, because they're gonna sell a bundle of Halo Infinite and Scarlet, and guess what? Everyone's gonna buy.
Yep.
So you want that attach rate. Speaking of developers changing around, Dead Island 2 is changing developers again for, I think, the 4th time. So I looked into this. Let's go through the lineage of developers here, because I sort of missed like 1 or 2 here in the middle.
Because nobody cares, because the OG developers made the best Dead Island and Dying Light.
That's right. So like 2014, Deep Silver announced Dead Island 2 and said it's been in development for 2 years with Techland, who left the development of Dead Island 2 to go create Dying Light, which is a game you very much should be playing, and not Dead Island because it wasn't good. They handed that off.
Dead Island was good for its time.
It was rough for its time.
It was rough, but considering what they tried to put in that game, it was shockingly good.
The beginning area was really good.
Yes.
The rest of the game was unfinished.
The fact that it was 90 hours long was a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah. So Techland handed off to Jaeger Development. They made Spec Ops: The Line, a fantastic video game.
Mm-hmm.
Jaeger were kicked off the project in mid-2015. Sumo Digital, who's made too many things to list here, picked it up from that point until they left the project or were kicked off it, whatever. Now, Dambuster Studios is the active developer. They previously made the Homefront: The Revolution. So they are now on the game. There's still no release date. That last part should come at no surprise to anybody. But
so, is this going to be a game where the sequel is announced before the current gen of consoles and doesn't come out until the next gen of consoles? Is this Duke Nukem Forever over again?
I was going to say, I think this is like the second Duke Nukem Forever. It's like, development's still going really great. It's maybe like a year or 2 off, and they say that every year.
Mm-hmm.
We switched engine. We're dedicated to Frostbite now. It's the engine of the future. Next thing, Unreal Engine 6. That's our home. It's so good. We had to start back over, but it's okay. Yeah, I don't know. And lastly, talking about a delay here. A delay I'm kind of excited about scheduling wise. Spelunky 2 has been delayed to 2020.
Thank goodness.
That was a game I forgot was still going to come out this year, and I don't know how I would have fit that in there. Derek Yu, via the Mossmouth Twitter, said, quote, "Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get to release Spelunky 2 this year. Development is still going well, and we're not far off target, but the density and detail of the game is demanding more time." End quote.
Good. Thank you for being honest.
Thank you for as you need. Yeah. I'm happy to hear development is still going well. I'm happy to hear that they're taking the time to get all the little roguelike edge cases all taken care of. Take your time. We will find time for Spelunky 2 when it comes out. And then when it comes up in the Wii roguelike list.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's move on to questions. T-Bomb Rock sends us 2 questions this week from Discord. The Need for Speed Heat trailer has me excited because it seems to be going back to what I love about that franchise. Can you think of any other game franchises that have had a good amount of entries, constantly rebrand itself for good or bad, that eventually got back to what you loved about the series? I feel like we can't say Final Fantasy because that one sort of doesn't count.
Yeah, the grid / many different kinds of racing games that Codemasters do. Like, they do the
Grid
same
slash
game
dirt.
basically over and over and over again, but different brands.
Is one on asphalt or is it on dirt?
Yes. Is it on asphalt? Is it dirt? Does it have NASCARs in it? Like, they just... Same stuff.
Yeah, I feel like they, over the last couple of years, haven't really... Dirt 4, I guess, was pretty good, but, like, Dirt 3 was not that great, and I think...
And they seem to be taking their time now. They're not pumping out 5 different racing games a year. They're doing 1 or 2 now. Like, from everything I'm hearing, F1 2019 is a amazing driving game, which includes all of the basics from racing all the way up to tire management, electronic systems management, fuel mixture management. Like, there's a whole bunch additional in that apparently they've done a good job with. So, good on them. But, I mean... Other than that, I'm trying to think of other things.
T-Bomb Rocks in chat says Assassin's Creed for me, but mainly because the open world RPG changes. Yeah, I think I liked all of the games except for, all the mainline games except for 3, and I unfortunately never finished Unity as much as I wanted to. And I feel like most of those were good, but like by the time we got to Syndicate, it was like, all right, there needs to be some sort of... These games are still fine, but like there needs to be some sort of evolution of the series at this point, because they've largely stayed the same. And then Origins came out and was real good.
I don't know necessarily about rebranding, but like the Mass Effect series.
Yeah,
they did. It wasn't so much rebranding, but they did make a lot of changes between 1, 2, 3, and Andromeda.
Yeah.
There was definitely an evolution between each game where it's like their systems are significantly improved.
Yeah, because like 1 was straight up like a D&D chance system of hitting a target, basically an alpha protocol, where it's like I'm aiming at his head, but I'm hitting the wall behind him still.
Right. Yeah, and by 3 it was a third-person shooter. And it's like, all right, okay.
That was a really good example of refining it and then possibly putting a little bit too much salt in the mixture for the Andromeda version of it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what other
any
God.
Any annual release sports game.
Yeah.
Ideally they need to take all of those games and just refresh from the go. Like, build something from the ground up for a new release, because they're all just the same trash shoveled out every single year.
And Madden 20 does not seem to be getting the stellar reception these titles usually do. That game seems to have some problems.
Yep.
Yeah.
And WWE 2K Blank just announced, well, not just, but very recently there was some hardcore beef between 2K and Ukes.
Yeah.
About that game. It's like, okay. So
and Ukes just said, all right, peace, I'm out.
But they've got a new studio in it. Guess what? They're still using the same engine. So
Who's the new studio?
Nothing.
Do you remember?
I have no idea. Honestly, I'm just excited because Ukes, one of the things that kicked this off was like basically Ukes said, yeah, we're going to make a new wrestling game, but it's going to be on our own. We're going to do it our way, take our time doing it, and then it will come out alongside our WWE games.
Sure.
And 2K were like, no, you're not.
Right. You work for me. Yeah.
I can't help but wonder if this has AEW written over it, because you're talking about a bunch of people who love video games in the AEW, like higher ups. They know Ukes, so it might be a case of a different license for Ukes.
Or you just fudge it. It's like, now entering the ring, Bulk Blogan. It's like, hey, who's that guy?
Number one, is that the only reference you know? You had to go with a racist hot dog instead of, I don't know, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock.
But I really want to say Orange Cassidy because he's the best, but I don't know whose contract he's under.
He's under AEW.
Okay. Pear Cassidy entering the ring. Yeah, I don't... T-Bomb Rocks has a really good suggestion. Metal Gear Solid 5 turning into an open world game. Yes. As much as I loved 4... 5's open world was really good.
Yeah.
It was, but 5 gets too much love as far as I'm concerned.
I think story-wise, it's a disaster. I think gameplay-wise, it's fantastic.
I still think it gets too much love because not enough people played Peace Walker, which Peace
Oh,
Walker
100%.
was
Yeah.
5 before
Peace Walker
5.
Peace Walker is so good.
Mm-hmm.
A Monster
like,
Hunter
base
Metal Gear
building
Solid
and all
game.
this stuff, and yeah. It's like everything that people praised about 5 was already in Peace Walker. So go away with your 5 is the best Metal Gear game.
And I think Peace Walker did it better.
Definitely did the story better.
Well, that's for sure. Yeah.
I would think too, like the Call of Duty series or Battlefield series,
Yeah.
where they're constantly changing and adding different things. I don't play them. I don't know what they're doing now. I know that they've got the Battle Royale stuff in there with the zombies and everything.
I've heard the Battle Royale for Call of Duty is pretty good.
Yeah,
I have
same.
heard that.
I don't know. Like, I miss the days when Call of Duty was, do you want to do the baseball slide or the dolphin dive? Like, that was how you could tell if it was a good game or a bad game or not.
Which team is working on it?
Yeah, now they've got 7 teams working on 2-year cycles or whatever it is. It's just like, Activision and EA need to take a breath.
Yeah. I can't think of any other really long-standing series that are still going on. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I would love to see? I'd love to see this happen with Fallout. I'd love to see Fallout 5 come out and be a sort of what we loved about Fallout 3 and Skyrim, just brought up. Like a brand new engine, work out all the kinks as much as you can for an open world game. But like work out all the kinks, work out all the issues, and just like make a really solid title.
Yeah.
But I guess we have Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 far away on the horizon for us to maybe hang our hat on.
We shall see.
Yeah. His next question is, with Xbox Design Labs continually adding new controller options and Sony dropping 4 new controller designs on the DualShock 4, that new purple looks really good. It seems like choice in what you play with is stronger than ever. What's your all-time favorite controller design or controller type or color type?
Give me black. Don't care. Give me a black controller every single time, because I'm a filthy boy, and I will sweat all over those controllers, and I don't need an off-white controller anymore. Thank you very much.
I don't have mine near me, but my Xbox One's Sport controller, the white one with like the blue accents on the back, and the buttons don't have any color on them, that's probably one of my favorite controllers of all time. I think it's really clean looking, and it feels really good.
Yeah, I mean, my default is the Elite. It's hands down the best controller I have used in probably ever. It's got a weight to it, it's got a feel to it. Mechanically, it feels fantastic. It's a shame that my replacement Elite, which I bought a short while ago, referencing back to my dirty boy comment, the left-hand side is peeling again. The plastic is peeling off the grip, probably because my hands sweat like an MFer when I'm playing games sometimes. And if I'm playing something like Apex Legends a lot, then there's a chance that my hands are probably going to get a little bit more sweaty.
Can you customize those controllers in Design Labs for Elites?
Nope.
That's a bummer.
Have some functions of the Elite in there, I think, but not all of them.
Yeah, because I think the Elite, I'm kind of tired of black controllers. I love Xbox Design Labs, where you get to you want to make something that just looks like it fell in a can of paint. You totally can, and if that's the controller you love, cool. But
it's like a unicorn threw up on your controller.
Exactly, like you want to make that controller, you totally can. And I think the prices are relatively reasonable for Xbox Design Labs.
$10 more for a custom colored controller, basically. Yeah,
and if you do it's like $5 a pop for anything crazy, go above and beyond that. I think that's reasonable. I like that Sony continues to put out a ton of really cool colors. Like the one I'm using right now is the 25th anniversary translucent blue one, which I really like because the texture of the controller feels different. I'll probably buy that purple one because I use these controllers a lot, and I use them really heavily, so this one's going to start dying pretty soon. And that purple one looks really good. Unless I can find one of those clear white ones, but I don't think those came out over here. What other controllers? I feel like this is the first generation we've really gotten into the customization. Like last gen, you got some crazy 360 controllers, but I don't think many of them were really good.
No, I mean, the last gen was when the customizable controller companies started. So, like,
Right.
Scuff and people like that would make take your existing controllers and customize them.
Right.
Now it's a whole industry that's so big that Microsoft launched their own version of it. Like,
Yeah, and thankfully Microsoft's doing more interesting stuff than here's the Gears of War controller and it has the logo in the bottom and like nothing is different. Like the Gears console looks different, the controller looks different. Like they look pretty cool instead of it looks like it has blood on it. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna spend $65 for that.
well, like the new Elite 2 controller, like the grips on that are different from the Elite 1 controller.
Yeah.
Which was inspired by the fact that they released the PUBG controller, which had the textured grips on it, like plastic but textured.
Right.
Which then they implemented that into, I think, the White Sport Elite one that you're talking about,
does,
or
yeah.
the White Sport one. That's got those because
It has
was,
like the rubber grippy stuff on the bottom.
because it was inspired by the PUBG one.
I think that's a good point. It's nice to see Microsoft continuing to evolve the controller as it comes. Like the original controller didn't even have the headphone jack on the bottom of it. You know, it didn't have all this stuff that's sort of standard. So
It wasn't Bluetooth.
right, it wasn't Bluetooth. You needed an adapter for Windows 10, like a USB dongle thing. Like it's nice to see them continue to evolve it as expectations evolve. Where it's like, okay, you guys need a Bluetooth controller. All right, you need a 3.5mm headphone jack. Okay, cool. Like they're iterating on it. I think that's a smart idea.
Yeah.
I think you guys are not thinking outside of the box far enough.
Well, we all know
Because
about your
my-
podcasts.
No. My favorite controller is the Resident Evil 4 chainsaw controller.
Go
As
away.
impractical as that thing is.
away.
Yep.
And the slime controller from Dragon Quest for
That's
the
right.
PS2, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was PS2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more impractical, the better.
Yeah.
Um,
Man. I'm trying to think of any classic controller classic console controllers I liked, but I feel like PS1 and PS2, like you just used the controller it came with unless you had a friend over and they got to use your Mad Catz controller, you know, and it looked like a cat dug into it and it was purple and blue.
I mean, if we're gonna go back, like a great controller, it was my favorite controller until the 360 controller would be the GameCube controller.
Oh, okay. That's surprising.
Yep. It was, well, number one, it was 2 sticks.
Right.
The C stick was garbage, but we
It
learned
was
from that
it
and
was
we
there,
evolved.
yeah.
It took I'll always remember the design concept when it came out and they showed it for the first time. They were like, look, in most video games you use one button a lot. On our controller, it's the big button in the middle that you use a lot.
Yeah, hit the big green button.
Yep, it had dual triggers on both sides.
That's right.
Say those triggers on the shoulders had a nice click to them.
Yep.
Nice
and
concave
full
to fit your
throttle,
fingers
then
just right.
click.
Yeah, there were 2 states. That's right. Yeah.
Yep, it was the GameCube controller. I think gets a lot of crap when I think it's actually a genuinely fantastic controller.
I mean, it's better than the N64 controller.
Don't diss the N64 controller.
I don't
And they
hate
still
it.
remake the GameCube one too, because you can still go to Target right now and buy one for the play Smash on
Yeah,
the
for Smash.
Switch.
Yeah. I don't hate the N64 controller as much as people do out there. It seems to be popular to hate on a controller that isn't that bad. It's just
Plus, what other controller can you dual wield? Come on.
that's right.
Yep,
Akimbo controllers. Yeah.
yep. Best
right,
way to
thank you.
play GoldenEye.
Yeah. Thank you very much, T-Bomb Rocks, for your questions, and that's our episode this week. If you'd like to visit us, you can do so at tvgp.tv, everywhere to find and follow us on the right-hand side of the page, patreon.com/E1M1, the ones are numbers. We recorded a pretty long Outcast this week, so go check that out. The $5 a month tier is the best quality. Game Club, I'm going to be playing Thomas Was Alone. Have a whole month to play a game that's not really that long. We Roguelike It, go listen to that. We're playing Risk of Rain right now. We're wrapping that up. Risk of Rain 1. Yes, the OG. We're going to be wrapping that up for patrons. Patrons get 2-week early access to that. We're getting near the end of the month, so there's going to be a new episode of Old Dog New Flicks pretty soon, both for the public feed and the Patreon feed. $5 a month for that.
Yep. Wait until you hear what next month's movie is going to be.
Yeah, they're all very good episodes. If you're not listening to Old Dog New Flicks, you really should. They're very good. And I can say that because I'm not on it.
Yep.
I know they're really great. And I think that's it. So we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, Jimbo was in chat with the spinning 360 controller D-pad.
I forgot about that. That was a good try, Microsoft. Not right there.
Hey, that controller was great. That D-pad, when you spun it out so it was stood up, that was great.
Yeah. Poor 360's D-pad. It's just the launch one was just bad.
Well, at the end of the day, is like everyone gives like Microsoft crap for this, but it was Nintendo's fault because Nintendo had the patent on the D-pad.
Right.
Like that's why Sony had the
you had to make
arrows.
a crap one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got around it with the circular thing, like because that's the only way they got it with the
spinny thing.
With the spinny thing was like, look, now it's a proper D-pad that you love, but we can only do this because it spins because Nintendo have got the stupid D-pad.
All right, hit me with your titles, Nimp.
All right, I have Usual Showstopper, Messiest Mess That Messed, Pre-Make Good, Major QA Failure, Full of Whales, So Much Apex Legends, Q-Tip Pathfinder, The Bug Bit, The Cutest Squad, Ping 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 Ping, Stupid Pun Watson, where am I? Just get on in there. Like a Nerd Fight. Oh, it's the Stupid Butt Bash. Pit Clocks, and Check Out These Tires.
All right, Moon, how about you?
Get Whaley Quick, Investor Type Alliance, Pre-Make Good, 3 Deaths of Learning, King of JRPGs, The Grass Looks Grassier, It Needs Power, because that was said so many times.
Because it does.
The Social Hub is a Hot Mess. From Jimbo in chat, press Y to scrutinize.
That one's pretty good. Press Y to scrutinize. Alright, I have Just Waiting for That Patch, Missed a Decimal Point, Investor Type Alliance, Pre-Make Good, Back in the 40s. Thank you, Moon.
You're welcome.
Q-Tip Pathfinder, Cute Squad for Life, JRPG One Punch Man, Messiest Mess That Messed, 3 Deaths of Learning, The Grass Looks Grassier, and press Y to scrutinize.
Honestly, for me, it's 3 Deaths of Learning, The Grass Looks Grassier, and Messiest Mess That Mess. Those are the 3 that I think are probably the strongest, in my opinion.
I would agree with, I think, 3 Deaths of Learning and The Grass Looks Grassier. I think those are my 2. I kind of like 3 Deaths of Learning. It's not a typical show title for us.
True.
It sounds very zen.
Yes, and the Grass Looks Grassier is 100% a show title 99% of the time.
I feel like that's why I'm sort of pushing back against it.
Are you saying we're becoming too tropish?
No, never. Anyways, Borderlands.
Yes. I almost swore at you then. Thank you.
I would have earned it. Yeah. What do we think about the 3 Deaths of Learning?
That sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me circle it. Let me know when you guys are ready.
I want to do a Shawadi Wadi song, but I won't. Because, number one, I don't know how many people have heard of Shawadi Wadi.
No. I don't think that's going to play.
They're from, like, the 40s, dude. It's right in your time.
Yeah, I should know them. They were, in the top 2 songs that came out in the year during my childhood in the 40s.
Mm-hmm. Dude, the first time I heard them was on a record player. before record collecting was a genuine thing.
Right.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I've got nothing good, so sure, ready whenever you are.
Okay. How about you, Nip?
I'm in about the same boat. I'll
And
come up with something.
Your posing cat there in the background guarding you. Oh, hello. Way into those pets, man.
Yeah.
Dove right into that.
Yeah, once we're done with this, before we stop, I'll show you this little idiot.
So she like dives off almost every time. Like,
That's
she looks
super
like
cute.
She's gonna fall, and then she attacks me if I stop petting her.
Well, naturally. She's got the mouth open and everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 617 for August 19th, 2019. 3 Deaths of Learning.
Live, die, repeat.
Usually comes before the stages of grief.
Well, you guys said you got nothing. Those are good.
Before we go,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna pick him up. He's probably gonna lose his mind. Come on, sleepy bum.
Oh, there's Long Ginger Cat.
No wriggling, no wriggling. I know I just woke you up, but you're gonna say hello.
No,
Oh, no.
you must be free.
No,
I'll bite you.
No.
Let me love you.
He's gonna go up and over.
Yep. As you hang out like a parrot.
Yep.
Just like a cat, there's my butt to the camera.
Yep.
Yep. Hey,
All
we
right.
didn't say nothing when yours was sitting there cleaning his butt on you.
Yeah, well, that's just...
Well,
That's the collateral damage you get with cats.
Yep.
Jeez. Oh, he's mad. All right, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.